The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. So say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Ugandan Giant Kamal. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe that Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is like using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Lunatic Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the Trash 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous take in the Road Warriors. Listen to them. If you know it's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking?
What am I going to say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio? You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you're going to do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you.
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's maid, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, and Trash's rope crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol class C Mike Trash. You may all be seated. Thank you.
Trash Talking Radio Tuesday night. It's the best night of the week, and you know, I like that for a background. That's a pretty good background.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I could leave that on, and I'd be happy with that. That could even actually be the background whenever. Let's see here. Guess I got to put us on there somehow. I forget how to do that. Oh yeah, this is my first time.
The buttons. Push the buttons.
I pushed the buttons. Why aren't we there? Oh yeah, we are there.
You're a delay.
Oh yeah. I gotta fix this too. Darn it!
There we are.
I thought that I had it ready to go.
All
now.
right.
Now I gotta fix it. Hold on, just hang in there because we're floating over the. Didn't mean to make us float. Okay.
Why? That's the only kind of float I can do.
Let's see here. All right, how do I do this now? I gotta remember how to. Oh, zoom. That would be it. No, it's this thing. Yeah. So I need to raise it up. Alright, why doesn't it let me do it? Should be letting me do it. It's supposed to be letting... Oh, because I'm on this, it's supposed to be this. Not that. Alright, we'll fix it. There we go. There. But I want to make this wider. Which one's the wider? Oh, that's not it. It's the other way. No, go the other way. Go the other way. showing too much. We're showing behind the curtain.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the microphone.
Wait, how do I make that bigger? Darn it. I know there's a way to do it. Wonder if it's that. No, that's rotate. Bet you it's this one. Nope, that's just moving me up and down. Alright, well, I guess we'll just pretend that it's there. Till I remember how to do it. I did this before and I can't remember how I did it.
That's because you weren't doing it on the fly. You have to wait till you're not thinking about it.
Flip, flip, flip.
You have a whole week to play. Why are you picking tonight to play?
Why not?
Okay.
Do you got things better to talk about?
You got a whole show full of notes to talk about.
I do have a whole freaking bunch of notes. How come Ashley's missing half her body and I'm missing my left shoulder or my left arm?
You don't need it.
I need my arms. All right. Anyway, we're here, and anybody that's there, well, let's see what's going on up there. Anything going on up there? Anybody talking about anything?
Nope. Just two people, Cirillo and a geyser.
A geyser. Well, there she blows.
I'm not saying a word.
I mean, I don't know.
I am not saying a word.
By the way, how's the new friend? You have a new friend, right?
Who, Mustafa?
Oh, yeah, Mustafa.
No. I don't know. How is he, Mom?
He's been very helpful.
All right, I guess I don't want to know. Okay.
No, she called him and asked him to come over and help move furniture back into the shed from the yard sale, and he come over and he did it and wouldn't take money for it.
Huh? There's
Very
a lot of people.
nice young
There's a lot
man.
of people standing in the chat room, hiding, not saying anything. I'd like to know who they are. Show yourselves. Let us know. Head count.
We don't bite.
Come on.
There used to be a way you could see who it was.
I know. It'd be nice if I knew. I'd like to know.
Well, I'm in there.
I'm in there.
I'm in there.
Okay, there's three of them. So who's the
and
other?
You're probably in there. That's four.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm in
So
there.
there's two people.
All right. Question is my sister in there? That's the main question. Because there's some stuff that I have that I
Just
want
for her.
Well, not just for her, but I want her to see. So I know she hasn't seen this one thing I'm going to show you guys, and I think I showed her the new trailer, which we just played, and but I know I didn't show her this other thing because I just finished it, and I think it'll be really cool. Anyway, I'll talk about that more when we get to that. All right, let's get the show started, and you shy people in the back, you can feel free to
show yourselves.
Yeah. Show yourselves. We even started early tonight because we love you. How about that?
Come out from behind the computer, just like my mother did.
Yeah.
I can hide again.
Nope.
Anyway, all right, let's get rolling here. Let me see here. I guess we'll start with the
Jesse Joe's here.
All right, good to know she's here.
Hi, Jesse Joe.
I needed her to be mad. I need to be mad at somebody, so she's here.
No, you're not mad at Jesse Joe.
She always says I'm mad at her. I don't know why.
No.
I don't really think I ever get mad at her, but, who knows?
I told her the only way to know for sure if you're mad is if you throw chicken wings. And
I can't
you didn't throw
wings.
chicken wings at
I haven't
her.
had chicken wings in a while.
Okay, see?
Since Friday.
Hi, Big Mike, she says.
Remember, we're calling him Cirillo, so you're the only Mike now.
Yeah, you don't have to call me Big Mike.
She meant tall. Because you're taller than all of us.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's nice being tall, isn't it?
Well, usually.
Okay.
There's times when it's not so nice.
Exactly, when short people need something.
Yeah, that too.
That happens to me at work the whole time. All the time.
So now the question is, who's the other striker?
She says she's late. I don't know what it means by she's late.
Uh-oh.
No, we started early.
No, I believe she's late. Yep.
We started
She's
early.
always late. She's never on time.
No, we started early.
That
I
means
didn't
you missed
start.
the new introduction.
I know.
That too.
She did.
The introduction.
Yeah, introduction. I mean, yeah.
Oh, come on here. I'm trying to defend her. She was 7 o'clock. We started early, so can't fault her for that.
She's late.
For a very important date.
The only
they're
other
trying to
thing
say
I can
goodbye,
say is
hello,
better
goodbye.
late than never.
She's late. She's late. She's late. She comes in late and leaves early.
Hey, that's my kind of job.
Oh man. Anyway,
Pop.
the first person that died the only person that we're talking about that died this week is. Thanks for bringing in the. I mean, I like this guy a lot.
I do too. I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
James Caan.
Yes.
Legendary James Caan.
Yes. And I saw the actual with the Godfather, and then what really caught my eye was the elf. Him being the father of the elf, and I was, wow.
I knew him from other things.
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tina.
We found out who. Oh wait, that's another person because we're up to 7 now. All right. Let's see here. All right. So James Caan. Oh yeah, the Godfather and Elf. Of all the things that he's done.
I mean, they recognize him. They recognize.
I can't hear you.
I know my.
Nobody can hear you.
You can't hear me?
They can't hear you.
Oh, please don't make him yell.
I don't want him to yell. I just want him to bring his microphone to his face.
Now I got my microface too.
Your microphone
to my face.
I could say what you usually tell me, but I won't.
Yeah, I know. But
Pretend
anyway,
it's a penis.
I remember.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
During Elf.
Sometimes it pays.
I didn't really know him during the Godfather time.
All right, talk again.
Me?
Yeah,
Hello?
you. Yeah, there
I'm
we
probably
go.
talking
Okay,
soft 'cause
we're
I don't
okay.
have my ears.
It's
Okay.
good. We got it. All right. I also brought his Wikipedia up because he was known for a lot of things. I think Bullet was one of them. It was a movie in the 70s, I think. I'm looking it up here. You don't have to look it up. I got it. I got it right here. This is TV apparent. No, that's filmography. Here we go. Irma La Douce, Lady in a Cage, The Glory Guys, The Glory Hole? No, The Glory Guys.
Really?
Redline 7000, El Dorado Games. Hey, we're an adult show, remember? we're already classified as adults, so I can start saying...
As long as Kylie's not listening.
I'm still going to be an adult, whether she's listening or not. I may curb my
Ann. Hi, Ann.
stuff. There she is.
Hi,
Okay,
Ann.
good. I got something special for you to watch later on. That'll be on the show later on. And if you were here, I guess, well, you knew about the new intro. You got to see it before everybody else. Countdown, Submarine X1, The Rain People, Journey to Shiloh. Brian's song was a big one. He was Brian Piccolo. That was a pretty big one. I remember that in the 70s because they made this big deal. I didn't know who they were until I saw this movie, and that was a good movie. Rabbit Run, what?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Ann was here on time. That's what she said. She was here on time.
I thought she would be because this family is one that likes to do things on time.
What? Bechtel time?
Bechtel time has been good lately, I'll tell you. With very few exceptions, we've been good for the past couple months.
Friday with a chance of meatballs too.
Yeah. Slither. Cinderella Liberty, The Gambler, Freebie and the Bean, The Godfather 2.
Oh, he was
Gone
in The
with
Gambler?
the Wind, yes.
Wow, I didn't know that.
He was Axel Freed. Gone with the Wind, Funny Lady, Rollerball, the original Rollerball, not the remake with Paul Heyman. Killer Elite, Silent Above, Harry and Walter Go to New York. A Bridge Too Far, that was a big one too. Another Man, Another Chance. Comes a Horseman. Sounds like a porno. 1941, Chapter 2. Hide in Plain Sight. Thief. Kiss Me Goodbye. Les uns et les autres. Gardens of Stone. Alien Nation. Dick Tracy. I forgot about Dick Tracy. Yeah, he was in Dick Tracy. Misery. Oh, yeah, Misery. Oh, yeah, Misery was that was a scary movie. He was the main guy in that too. Misery was the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Well, that's because Misery loves company.
Misery.
And you're not a people person.
Ever since that, I'm scared of Kathy Bates. Ever since that movie. If you didn't see that movie, if you watch that movie, you'll understand. She's this obsessed with this man who writes books, and he breaks down near her house. She brings him there, and then it's all downhill from there. Honeymoon in Vegas. I'm looking for things. Eraser, Bulletproof. I'd like to see this one. Poodle Springs. This Is My Father, Mickey Blue Eyes, The Yards, Lucky Town, The Way of the Gun, Viva Las Nowhere, In the Shadows, Night at the Golden Eagle. I don't even know these. Some of these I don't know. Dogville sounds like a good place to be. And Get Smart, he was in that. I didn't. Oh, he was a president. Okay. And New York, I Love You, Middlemen, Mercy, Something, Dark Side. He played himself in that. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Henry's Crime, Minco. I'm looking for newer stuff. He didn't do a whole lot. Well, he was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs too. We saw both of those. Mm-hmm. I remember when we saw the one we saw it in 3D, and you were trying to grab the meatballs when they were.
Yep.
Pregoland.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sauce or maternity?
All I can say is that sounds like a scary movie. Then we got Sicilian Vampire, Holy Lands, Out of the Blue. Oh, looks like he had one that's coming out called Fast Charlie. And then we have television. We got he was in FBI. He was in Get Smart, News Radio, Las Vegas, The Simpsons, Family Guy, Annoying Orange, Hawaii Five-0. Well, the new Hawaii Five-0, not the old one. Magic City, Back in the Game, Wuthering High School, JL Ranch, and JL Ranch, The Wedding Gift must have been a sequel. Then The Godfather. Oh, he was in the video game The Godfather. So he was a pretty hefty. Now he was, what was he? Was 82. So he lived a pretty good life. So. But yeah, I remember he used to drive all the coolest cars too.
And he wasn't on anybody's death list.
Of course not. We're all losers, We can't even pick a dead person. That's bad. Let's see. What's this pork roll? Damn autocorrect. Pork roll? What? What is?
Tina
I missed
had
something here.
Tina said she was making dinner.
Oh, okay.
We asked what was for dinner. Pork roll, mashed potatoes, green beans, organic from Doc's dad's garden.
It was pork toll. No, is that foal? I don't know.
Foal, Foll.
It's hard to see from up here. Anyway, that's the only guy that died, not on the death pool, so we're all still all losers. However, he had several spouses there. He had 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 spouses, and I guess he must have been single at the time of death because they divorced in 2017. So, all right. Anyway, that's the only
all
one.
The spouses are standing in line asking for money now.
Yeah, I would too if I was, because I would imagine with all the TV credits and movies, I would imagine he died with a bit of change. So, all right, that's the only one we got that died. All right, so our picture of the day is this turtle, but it's not just this turtle. It's a turtle with a special surprise guest. Here we go.
Teenage Mutant
there she
Ninja
is.
Turtle? There
she is. She found the turtle. That's the second time that turtle was. The turtle was up at my doorstep last week, and this week it was down by the garage. But Cheyenne didn't understand the turtle, so I got her.
Wanted to come out and play.
And right before the show started, there was a deer out by my front door again. Yeah, she wanted that. She didn't understand that turtle thing, but she was like, "Oh, what do you do? I mean, what's? I
want to play. Why aren't you? I'll knock on your door."
But I cut the grass last week, and she was chasing something. It was under some wood, and I got her to get away from it. But the next day, her eye was swelled, and she had a cut, or her bottom lip was swelled, and she was sick for 2 days. So I think it might have been a snake maybe bit her. I don't know that to be the case, but I don't know for sure. Something got her, and she threw up all over the carpet. I I know that my shampooer works because it cleaned it up. It's the only clean part of the carpet is that part right there. That's where she threw up. So if she throws up again, I'll have another part of the carpet that's clean.
I don't think he wants you to do the whole carpet, though, Cheyenne. But if that's what it takes. Well, I was reaching down here for Cheyenne.
I understand, but people want to hear you.
I'll just have to go like this.
There you go.
Hi, sweet girl.
So,
sweet girl.
Anyway, that's our picture of the day is the turtle. In fact, I'll back it up a little bit so that we have Cheyenne and the turtle. Hey, that could be a new TV show, Cheyenne and the turtle. Wait a minute,
Cheyenne and her turtle.
How do you know it's hers? There we go.
Man versus bee.
There we go. That's it. Her and her turtle.
What's so funny?
Don't start on that show.
What's so funny, Mom?
You know my obsession with bees.
I know your obsession with bees, too.
That's not what I'm talking about, though, Mother.
It was Cage's obsession. They were all after him.
You didn't even watch it yet, did you?
I got about 30 seconds of it. That was it. Some of us work a full-time job.
Which one is
The
that?
episodes are only like 10 minutes.
Sure ain't me. I don't work full-time, but I work.
I work 40 hours a week, and I was busy this week.
I may end up working full-time.
Why?
I'll tell you about it later.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you about
Would
it.
you stop telling our secrets? Come on now.
I know better than that.
You packed?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what?
She asked for a bigger suitcase, but I know.
Well, I can't fit all my clothes in one.
You can't fit all your hose in one?
No, I can fit all my hose in one because I don't have any hose. I only have quality women.
And the only bigger suitcase we have is my Mickey Mouse, and we ain't doing that one.
Oh, I know.
I didn't say a bigger suitcase. I said a weekend bag.
Yeah, anyway.
Instead of using a book bag. Cause
You won't need clothes.
True.
I love the torture.
I know. It's so much
That's probably the most fun I have in life right now.
That's because I let you torture me. I know you enjoy it so much.
It is good. It is fun. Anyway, all right. So let's see. This week I went to see Elvis. That is a very, very interesting movie. It's from
He didn't invite us.
We were busy.
You were busy.
Remember?
I was inviting you, but you were busy.
We were either working or we had a yard sale that flopped.
Let me tell you, this movie was from the eyes of Colonel Tom Parker.
Oh.
So it was a little different than I was expecting it to be, but still, the guy that played Elvis, when he started, he didn't look a lot like Elvis, but by the end of the show, he looked exactly like Elvis. It was interesting, the transition that they did. The movie was really, really good. You understand where he got his music and why he was so popular. And you find that Colonel Tom Parker was a scumbag. It was played by Tom Hanks.
Okay.
And he was a scumbag. I mean, now, there's something you will understand that a lot of people wouldn't. I'm going to say the word carny.
Yes.
He was truly carny. He came from a carnival background, and there were even points that they subtitled the carny because people wouldn't know what it was.
Okay.
And they put the subtitles on it. Now, carny, do you know what carny is? Do you know what carny is? Do you know what the word carny stands for?
I'm not. I don't.
Do you actually understand what carny is?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what carny is.
Don't look at me. I know.
I think she's lying. I think she lied there. I thought she was trying to be one of the cool kids.
I know Colonel Parker only was out for himself, basically.
He was pretty much riding off. He really screwed Elvis. He was taking 50%.
Yeah.
That's why he screwed. Managers don't get 50%. Do you know what carny is or don't you?
I believe, isn't it somebody that grows up with the carnival?
Not really.
You have a promo done in Carney, don't you?
Huh?
Don't you have?
No, well, not.
I think you do.
I know I have one. I don't know if I have it here.
Oh.
Okay. Don't look it up.
I'm not.
It's not what you think it is.
I'm not.
It's a language. Okay. Wrestlers came from the carnival too.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, wrestling was a carnival sport, if you want to call it a sport. But what they did was they planted people in the audience, and they had a strong man, and anybody that could beat the strong man wins the prize, and nobody ever beat the strong man because it was people they put in there. Well, what Carney is it's a language they speak amongst themselves. It's like Pig Latin.
Okay.
So you take part of the word and you shift it and you add you add a syllable to the word so that if you speak it, nobody knows what you're talking about. But if you're a Carney, you can translate it because
you know
how
saying.
it works.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got a book. I got 2 books I bought from Brian Blair on how to speak Carney. So anyway, so he spoke Carney because he was a Carney guy. That's where he came from. And all he was doing was looking for his next meal. He was trying to come up with the next meal. And he was managing a country guy until he found Elvis. And then turned Elvis into the next big thing. And I'll tell you what, it's really sad because
he was actually, and when Elvis, and I know this from the background of Forrest Gump, Elvis was in a room rented by Forrest Gump's mom, and this is true. He prevented that shake that he did with the blah, 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 and he came up with it. Actually, the kid did it, and then he stole it, and that's how he got money.
You know that Forrest Gump wasn't a real person.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so
I know that.
So he didn't steal.
Well, no, it was true. I know. But I'm saying he came up with it. But basically, the bottom line is Elvis came up with it, and I think they said that Parker did not want him to do it. And
no, he didn't. Parker was afraid because he was being negatively. The adults of that era didn't want anything to do with it, but the girls did.
The girls did, and Elvis did it anyway.
Elvis did what he wanted because he said, "I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to be true to myself."
Yes.
It's funny in this movie they showed B.B. King, and they showed Little Richard, they showed a whole bunch of the black musicians of the day, and showed where Elvis got his music because it was all theirs. And he raised them to a new level. He took those people, and the white people of that era didn't want to associate with black people of that era or of any era because there was still segregation and everything. And Elvis was hit hard when Martin Luther King died and stuff like that. But the most shocking thing I found it was when Elvis was doing his residency in Vegas. He was actually broke. Tom Parker had a lot of money from that, but he was actually broke because Tom took all his money, and of course Elvis didn't spend it very smartly either. But in any case, it's a good movie. I would say go see it. If you haven't seen it, I would tell you that was. I mean, I was a big Elvis fan, so Elvis is the reason I got it.
Maybe you would like my Elvis Beanie Babies then.
Well, Elvis is the reason I got into music, because when I was 5, I was listening to his music. My mom played his music all the time, and I loved it, and he was an inspiration to me. I remember seeing that thing that was from Hawaii, live from Hawaii, seeing it on television. That was like I want it to be that. That was the thing that inspired me to be a musician, and. So anyway, I really liked the movie. It was an excellent movie.
I'm trying to think. Was it Kamala that did the Carney promo?
No, it was probably Brian Blair.
Oh, maybe.
I'm pretty sure it's
I want to say
Blair.
I remember it sounding like Kamala, though.
No. If I have it, let's see if I have it. I'm going to take a look. Waiting for my. Oh, let's see here. If I have it, I'll play it, but I don't think I have it on this computer because most of my promos are upstairs. I want to put it on a hard drive up here so I can share it throughout all like I used to do in the old days.
Yeah.
But I've never gotten back to doing it, and I really should because it might be on this drive here.
She's sleeping.
Hi, puppy.
It was.
Let's
see here, promos. Any promos on here? No, I don't see any promos. I'm pretty sure that it's on that other drive.
Okay.
I really want to bring those down because they really should be down here because this is the place I would play them most often. But for some reason I don't ever remember.
Yep, take
to
a
bring
seat,
that.
Cheyenne. That's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, Cheyenne.
Wait, here's the other. This one might have it.
No.
They might be in this promos. Let me see. Maybe we might be lucky here.
Ooh.
It would have been Brian Blair, I think. Let's see, former WWE. It might be under that.
Now I get my kisses.
That's
Now
not
I
under-
get
that's-
them.
No Brian Blair's there, but okay. Let's look under Hogan promo, indie wrestling legends. Might be under that. No.
Mom.
Doggone it.
I know.
I don't know. But anyway, it's really cool. And yeah, she's. Now I got 3 girls that are on the co-host side.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
She's a good girl.
Oh, she's not bugging her. She's being nice.
She's an awesome girl.
Yep. You're talking Cheyenne, not Ashley, right?
Might be.
Because
Anyway.
Jesse Joe says, "Stop bugging the dog, Ashley."
Oh, I know who it was. Okay, here it is. It's Ivan Putski.
Okay.
Here's Ivan Putski, and this is Carney.
Listen to the Trizia.
That's Carney.
Now you didn't hear it because you weren't.
He
listening.
didn't, but she did.
Listen to the Trizia.
That's Carney.
Okay.
Now, do you know what he said?
Something about the watch the Mike Trash radio or Trash and Talking radio show.
Well,
everybody says
basically you start with "is" at the beginning of every word, and that's basically how you do it. So, if I want to say "Hi, how are you?" I would say,
"Ow,
is owl,
yeah,
is
something-
our, is you." Is something basically.
It's very difficult, but for somebody who does it all the time,
It's second nature. I mean, when I was doing it regularly, I could do it pretty quickly. But that's what Carney is. And sometimes they use "is," sometimes they use it something else. But whatever it is, the beginning of the word isn't anything. So now you understand.
Yes.
That's what Carney is.
Right here.
So.
What? Nice to meet you.
I just turned you down because you put your headset on because I turned it off. Put it on so you can get down, pup. Pup, get down.
Yeah, okay, knock it down.
Down. Get down, girl.
I just want to know every time if I leave the room. Do I get replaced?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey,
This is a popular show.
Fifth person that's in here, right?
She has to look out for the show.
Well, yeah.
Some people.
I mean,
Here.
you know the expression, "Move your feet, lose your seat."
Yeah.
Hey, Cheyenne, look. Looky, sweet girl.
Go for it. Thank you.
There you go. All right. So, all right. That's the end of that. Anyway, so that was a good movie. I would say check it out. This week we had. Let me look at the movies. This is the movies for the week. As far as this is where everybody is now. Right now, Top Gun is at $1.187 billion.
Wow.
Doctor Strange is at 953. Jurassic World is 877. Batman is 770. Watergate Bridge, I have no idea what that is, but that's 626. Minions, which just opened, did 412. Opened 2 weeks ago, I think it was. So the week for this week.
Okay over there.
I'll tell you when he's done.
All right. So for the weekend, Thor: Love and Thunder did 144 million. Minions did 46 million. Top Gun did 15 million. Elvis did 11 million, and Jurassic World did 8 million. So that's the weekend. That's where we are with the movies, and so we can move on now to the next thing.
So the reason I started laughing like that whenever you said Minion. Okay. You know I bought a furnace last year, and I was
But if you
having.
hum a few bars, maybe I can just join in.
my son-in-law was coming down. This is like his third week down to put it in for me because he does a little bit of it at a time. He doesn't like to drive at night, especially long distance. Well, the piece that he was working on yesterday, when he had it sitting on the floor the way he had it, there were 2 holes open and they looked like minion eyes.
Okay.
And so we were saying it was a minion.
And of course, the minions are part of the American Ninja Warrior course too. Are you caught up?
Yes, except for last night's show.
Okay.
Because, see, now I got to watch Big Brother and the Challenge USA, too. But I got plenty of work to keep me busy doing it.
Well, we don't cover either of those, so you should be doing the Ninja Warrior one.
Well, I can only do so much at work.
You should do for your work, you should do what you should do, which is American Ninja Warrior. Anyway.
That's tomorrow.
Well, that's after the show. You should change your schedule around and do one of the other ones that we don't cover.
I forgot Big Brother was on.
All right. Now, in this entertainment section is the section I'm going to talk about things. Okay, first off, Chris Evans was Captain America, and he's saying that the next Captain America is going to be Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson was this character. Well, where's my mouse? Hold on, where's my mouse? There it is. This guy.
Cheese. Oh.
He was one of the other guys that fly around like Captain America does. He was the one with the wings. So, but he says that he'll reprise his role as Sam Wilson is becoming Captain America. So that is our next Captain America. Because what is America if it doesn't have a captain? That's what I feel. What is that? What you bung? Oh,
yes.
Sounds like you have a drum there. Boom. Anyway. All right. Who needs to work?
I do.
Oh. Well, that's right. You should work. You should be watching American Ninja Warrior.
Well, what I do is I have it playing in the background while I'm working.
That doesn't help if you're not paying attention.
Well, this was my first day back in the office. I worked from home yesterday.
Wow. You have a lot of excuses. All right. Chris Jericho is in the news. Now, first off, if you watched Impractical Jokers, he was on last week.
Oh, I missed that one, too.
And that was really cool. I liked that. So, Chris Jericho was on that show. And that was fun, but that's not why he's in the news. He's in the news for this Twitter post.
Was it a bad one?
No.
Okay.
So for 22 years, I've heard all the cut downs and insults about Fozzy. Well, now we stand behind what our band and hundreds of thousands of fans have always wanted and have always known. Fozzy rocks. Thanks to all who helped, Judas earned a gold record.
Nice.
So the song that he comes out to has got a gold record now.
That is awesome.
And I really think that's cool.
He deserves it.
I am not saying anything bad about him. I just think it's awesome. And so I just wanted to let everyone know that, I really think he deserves it because he does work, He's a guy that we had on the show, and we talked music, and we talked about wrestling, and we talked about the fact that he is in wrestling and I am in music, and I'm in wrestling and he's in music, and I thought that's really cool because Chris Jericho is the man, and I wanted to definitely talk about that because I respect him a lot. So
that's almost as cool as knowing right now at Hershey at the stadium, Bret Michaels is out there. And he's a local boy.
I thought it was only two bands. It was
no.
It was supposed to be.
They put Bret Michaels in there.
Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Because he's going to be inducted to the Central Pennsylvania Hall of Fame, I believe.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I definitely wanted to bring up that that he got his just desserts, and I'm glad to see that
Congratulations, Chris.
I like to see when somebody actually makes a difference. So there we go. All right, there we go. Just he works hard, and he is always working. And I like the fact that he got somewhere into sports. I mean, he got it in wrestling, and he got it in music. To me, that's a sport, too. Joan Jett. Yeah, Joan Jett.
Yes, but I also heard that they were putting poison out there, too. Okay. I'm going to look at it.
I think you're making things up. Well, that's
Let me look.
Just me. I just think you're making things up.
Nope.
All right, next.
Let's see that Trish logic again.
Really? Be nice.
I am being nice.
No, you're not.
Yes,
I also wanted to talk about this, the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Let me play this. I'll probably get in trouble for it.
We're running a video because I want you to...
Entering the future home of the International Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame.
There's Mike Lanudo.
Now, first off, we wrestled for the Hall of Fame a couple times, and then they moved from New York to Texas, and now I think they're back in New York, but I'm not sure.
Co-founder? That's correct.
All right. Nice to see you, Mike. There's Steve giving me the finger right there. As well he should be.
I want to show you a couple of things, by the way, if you don't mind. What do you think of this, brother?
Wow, Paul Orndorff robe. This looks like the one from Mania. I mean, I'm not sure it is exactly, but this is the one he was wearing at that peak there. You got some Foley goodies there.
Who else?
The Knights in Red Flannel Tour.
Who else would have that? And
yeah, 2011 tour.
And you know what? I think I've got the Caroline. And I want to show you this, brother.
Now, for those of you that don't know, Dominic was the one who trained Mick Foley was Dominic DeNucci.
Rocky Balboa. Shamrock Music Road. It's the same one without the tag on it, right?
So we just got a few things delivered from Texas. You and I have a friend in common, Lori.
Did he just say that was the same robe that Rocky wore at the meets without the tag?
I don't know. Let's back it up.
Rocky Balboa, Shamrock Music.
This is Rocky Balboa.
Right. Rocky Balboa was in the Rocky movies. He came out, the first match, he came out with a big, huge sign on the back that said, whatever meats, because his brother-in-law worked for that meat company.
Oh, I don't know.
So...
I got to tell you, I believe this is the precursor of Rocky Balboa, Shamrock Music Road. It's the same one without the tag on it, right?
So we just got a few things delivered from Texas. You and I have a friend in common, Lori.
Yeah.
And so you happen to be here the day we got the first box, and we have multiple shipments coming. But I want you to take a look at
Iron Sheik. Dick Worley, referee, Bam Bigelow. Those would have been one of his first tights, right?
Yes. There's actually two sets.
Because when he got to WWE, they gave him the Flames.
Well, until we got the Flames here.
Too, but,
we don't want to miss out on that. Here's some things that you don't see, you can't find it on social media, or it doesn't exist on Google, because it's Super Bowl of Wrestling.
Texas Stadium, wow.
Super Bowl of Wrestling, and we have all of the programs leading up to this. This came from Rocky Johnson's personal collection, which he maintained all the programs.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew, I defeated Rocky's son.
You need to look at this one, too, if you don't mind me saying.
Whatever happened to him? They let me turn off my TV.
Then we've been getting some cool things. This was sent to us by a woman, Colette Cross. We're first taking that photo of, that's it, her grandfather was Ray Ector, and he's throwing Mr. Moto by his beard. And then we're getting these original.
You know, I once threw Triple H off the top rope.
I would love to see my pictures get in there.
I probably owe a debt to Mr. Moto there.
And so with that are some of these other titles. I forget the term that they're referring to as, but so we're getting some pretty unique artifacts that are coming in. But it's a Hall of Fame.
It
The
is,
Hall of
yeah.
Fame comes down to the inductees. So what you happen to also be here, these were just opened minutes before you arrived. We have the class of 2021, 24 inductees, and I have selected 7 of them that you might choose one, sir. And
You know what I'm going for.
and if you would personalize it on the back, which it'll never be seen but until it comes off.
No, I
of
was
this
going to
wall.
do a Moskowitz to get that great match in
That's right.
1990. No, of course.
So if
Terry
you want,
Funk.
and it's going up there, and we got it prepared, and maybe it's just a little something you want to put on there, it'll never be seen until it comes off of the wall.
Is that silver working good?
I hope it is.
Let me see if I
Who do you pick?
Mhm.
We're glad that you're here. This is formerly the Knickerbocker.
I never thought I'd see Mick Foley with a white beard.
On the back. On the back. On the back. This is a message never to be seen.
All right, let me see. Can I sit down in a chair so I can...
Let me get your. By the way, I only got these from attending. I've been at Caroline's to check out the comedy tour.
Oh, the new show is going so well. It is. Tonight's the last date on the U.S. tour until December. I really enjoying the show.
By the way, these are all autographed already, except I happen to have a Mick Foley Cortland Memories tape. All right, and
what's on there?
Original 1985-86
TV projects
from Cortland. So this is an artifact that it was donated by a couple of good friends of yours.
You know, last night's show was like Terry Funk tribute show. All the stories revolved around Terry, ways that he played a big role in his career, different time periods. And back to WCW, All Japan, IWA Japan, WWE.
I saw WCW with Terry Funk, and he cut that promo that you could use a good hand like you on the Double Cross Ranch.
That's right.
Am I?
And I was still very much a work in progress, as we all are.
By the way, I don't go back and watch these on YouTube. If I say that to you, that's my memory from whatever that was, 1988 on TV. Use a good hand like that. From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico.
Now, did you get the answer to your question?
What question?
He asked who did Mick Foley pick? Terry Funk.
You getting close, you're going to see. No one else will ever see this, right?
Going on the wall not until we get kicked out of here.
Beautiful handwriting.
Can we do a spell check on incalculable?
We've got a spot over here, prepared to go.
Yeah. Wow, what a headlock Alpha has on Waller. So he's thinking that in there.
That came from our friend Bill Atkins, his idea for what became our Excelsior Award. So after one of us
It could be kind of like the celebrity.
anyone outside of wrestling.
I'm curious whether or not Doc Diamond is still involved in the Hall of Fame.
I don't know, but
I saw Tina's there.
yeah.
There you go.
We need a still photo here too, Seth. You got a camera?
We'll have to stop and take a few.
Yeah, and you got to be in it too. Right?
That is cool.
So there you go.
That is cool.
Yeah, it just I thought that was an interesting thing, and the fact that they're reviving it, and I hope it's in New York again. But let's see if it says.
Yeah,
it
I'd
is.
love to go back.
It says after contacting the former Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame Board of Trustees from the New York Museum for guidance, it has been returned to New York and will be displayed. Okay, so they are back in New York.
Good.
I wanted to get this and share this because I think it's a really cool thing to have, that everyone that has a chance to see the history. And I, being a fan of wrestling and being in the business at one time, I definitely appreciate what they put their bodies through.
Well, that was one of the things, like Tina had mentioned, that Doc has the posters of.
Oh yeah.
And I said that Rambo did that in his school, and just looking at the names that were on there. I remember when I started going, I would take pictures of those, and you're like, why? And I'm like, it just is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Seeing the names that I know now that, they were doing this when they were younger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. All right, speaking of which, speaking of a fight to the end, the Twitter Elon Musk fight is going on yet, because he decided he's not going to buy it anymore. Elon's decided he's not going to buy it. And actually, it's funny, I got this picture here. It's a neat picture, and it explains the battle. They said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose the bot info. So I thought that was interesting. So yeah, sometimes you wonder why, things happen, but it's funny. It's funny to me. So I want to put that in here too, so that people can see what people don't. There's a lot of people that don't like Twitter or don't like Elon, but I really think he does what he says he's going to do. All he wanted the bot information. They wouldn't give it to him, so he said, I'm not going to buy it then. Now they're forcing him to buy it, but they have to show the bot information that he wanted originally. So, it's kind of funny. So that's another.
Is that your car sheet that Alexa was just showing on there?
I didn't
it sure looked like it.
Didn't even see what you were looking at. All right. All right. So Eddie Murphy, man, it's hard to believe he's this old. Eddie Murphy hits the dance floor with his daughter Bria at her wedding.
Aww.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. It's hard to think of Eddie Murphy. I mean, I want to think of Eddie Murphy in his 20s. Now, I realize he's not in his 20s anymore, but, I'll always remember him in his 20s. And, he did the daddy thing where he was dancing with his daughter. And
oh, nice.
It just was really kind of cool that that she would have the chance to get married and
Don't
dance.
Start that.
What?
Don't start that.
And she's marrying Michael Xavier, so it's Bria Xavier.
What a name.
Yeah. So, just 61-year-old actor and comedian played an important role at his eldest daughter, Bria Murphy's wedding on Saturday as she married Michael Xavier in Beverly Hills. Eddie escorted his daughter, 32, down the aisle, and just was kind of cool. He slow danced with her, and just is kind of cool.
Yeah, you have to do the dad thing once in a while.
Hey, I don't know. I think he likes his kids, and he's not I don't think he's one of those to abandon his kids. So,
I just wonder. I mean, I know she had a good life growing up, but I just wonder what it would be like to say, "Yeah, Eddie Murphy's my dad."
Well, you can say it.
Yeah, no,
it's
I
not
can't.
true, but you can't say it. You can say it.
Try
it. Here, say it. Say it.
Eddie Murphy's not my dad.
Well, why would you say that?
I was going to say that. Eddie Murphy is not my dad.
Eddie Murphy's my dad.
Yeah,
I sure
see, you got it good. You got it right. See?
Eddie Murphy's my dad.
And if you say it enough times, it may come true.
Eddie Murphy's my father.
So there you go.
You need to stop with the alcohol.
Tony made something good today.
All right, then we got. Do you watch Real Housewives?
No.
No. Do you watch Real Housewives?
I know about it. I don't watch it.
Okay.
No.
Real Housewives star pleads guilty to scamming the elderly. I'm so sorry, she says.
Hey, I got an answer for your question.
What's my question?
Remember you asked if Doc was still connected to?
Yeah.
She said Tina says yes, but it's hard to get to New York with her working. When they have the induction ceremony and dinner next year, they're going to try to attend.
Okay. Well, I mean, originally he talked about wanting to involve me, and I never heard anything back, so I didn't know what was going on with that. Anyway, this Real Housewives person is she's a real winner. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jennifer Shaw now admits that she defrauded the elderly out of millions in an elaborate telemarketing scam. Shaw, 48, reached a plea agreement with federal prosecutors in New York on Monday that will put her behind bars for up to 14 years. She will also have to fork over $9 million in restitution for the victims.
Wow.
You know, you think you're on TV and how much money is enough money? You know?
There's never enough.
I mean, why would you scam freaking the elderly, of all people? I mean, that's just, to me, there's no excuse for that. And I hope for sure that they well, she got it. She got 14 years and $9 million. I don't know how much she defrauded, but, you know, she deserves it. It says here, Shaw, who faced charges of conspiring to commit wire fraud and money laundering through the telemarketing, was scheduled to begin trial next week. Now her plea deal convicts her only of wire fraud, ending the possibility of a 50-year sentence. So she's only going to get 14. But, you know, it is what it is, and it's good that she got caught, and I'm glad when people like that get caught. I got defrauded a long time ago, back when I was 30, by a friend I went to school with, and we were close friends, and I didn't realize that he was scamming me.
Wow.
And he put me in serious debt, and fortunately I bailed myself out, but it was not easy.
What was it? Can you say?
It was a real estate scam.
Oh.
And he basically told us that that we would be in a pool of people that were buying houses, fixing them up, and selling them. And back then, there was no internet. You couldn't check things.
Right.
And he was a friend of mine, so I figured, he's got to be legit. So I took money off my credit card, thinking I'm going to get it back in 30 days, because we were going to do... And then he dodged me a couple of months, then he disappeared, and then the cops caught him out in Arizona and brought him back, and he ended up paying restitution. I don't really... it was just such a pain because he put me in a bad position, really bad position. And I learned at that day, you do not trust people.
She said, Tina said she told Doc to put some posters up in their son Josh's room. He's still trying to get it together. We'll definitely let you know.
All right.
And says let you know about what Doc wants to do, trying to get things worked out.
All right, that's cool. I'd like to see, something happen with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd like to have something before I hit the big time, which is going to be hopefully shortly, which we'll talk about soon.
Okay.
Talk about as soon as we get done with the rest of the, at the end of the entertainment section, we'll finish up with me. So
you are entertainment.
Well, that's what I think so too.
Mr. Tuesday Night.
Mr. Tuesday Night, that's right. I think my next one is when I do the Mr. Tuesday Night, and then I'll say all the other things. I'm going to say the first one, or the one whose balls are to the wall.
Ow!
You ever heard that saying?
That sounds painful.
Well, I'm the first against the wall when the revolution comes.
Well,
so.
yeah, that I can deal with.
Well, that's painful too. Let me tell you, people shooting at you can be painful if they hit you. So I'm going to come up with a new one anyway.
Doc has all good talk about you. He loves you like a brother.
Well, I love him like no, I don't love him like a brother because I never really got along with my brothers. I love him like a friend, a really close friend.
A brother from another mother.
Yeah, I don't get along with my brothers, so one of them is treated me bad all my life, and the other one ripped me off. So actually, they both ripped me off, but the one I got it back. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Well, that is here or there. It might be. Anyway, Johnny Depp is in the news again. He calls out his ex-wife, Amber, on a new album. Did you know he played?
No.
Johnny Depp is a guitar player.
Wow.
He actually has a club out in... Well, he did have a club out in L.A. Called the Viper Room.
Oh.
Back in the 70s, no, not 70s, he would have been too young. Back in the 90s, I believe. But anyway, according to this, according to E.T., not extraterrestrial. So just don't even start with that. I know that if you didn't say it, somebody in this room would.
See, you know Trish Logic. That's good.
I do know Trish Logic probably better than
Trish herself.
Yes, I have Trish's stuff playing in my head all the time.
You'll never forget me.
Now I don't know if I sent this one or not. So
no, you didn't.
Did I do it to Twitter first?
I think so.
I guess I'll find out now, because if I didn't do it to Twitter, that means I did it twice to Facebook. He plays with Alice Cooper and others in the Hollywood Vampires. Oh, you see, I did it twice to Facebook, because this is a different one, I think. Yep. Thanks, you lied. Yeah, you didn't do that.
Well, I can't see. It's too far away.
Well, you shouldn't say that then. Anyway, the actor isn't holding back. He's taking shots at Amber Heard on his new album with Jeff Beck, nearly a month after he won his defamation suit against her. So, good for him. Was that it? Is that the end of the article? That article is like one line? two sentences? What the crap? I thought I would get more than that. Wait, here we go. There it is. Apparently, he's calling Amber a dog in his new album. If I had a dime, it wouldn't reach her hand.
Wow.
Yeah. To me, I'm very happy that he won, because, man, she was trying to ruin his career. She wasn't just trying to get money. The money wasn't a big deal to her. She wanted to ruin his career, and almost did. Disney wasn't going to hire him to be the captain of the whatever that is
But I guess I didn't understand, maybe because I just thought it was an attention thing. What would she get out of ruining his career?
The satisfaction that he doesn't have work.
And that just, what if it happened to her?
It is happening to her now.
I don't like people that are vindictive.
I know you probably won't believe this, but women are very vindictive.
Well, that I do know.
Okay, well,
I'm not.
Bullshit.
Amber Heard.
Remember, you're her twin. Or double, excuse me.
Amber Heard.
And by the way, I do have to admit, after sitting there for a few minutes in the living room, yes, they definitely are double trouble. This one snores like this one snores.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
And it's not just one of those.
I hear her snoring all the way over in Dolphin.
It's not one of those. It's not one of those regular.
It must be
no.
you.
It is one of those.
It's not me.
Oh, bullshit!
Hey, I got my CPAP on. I don't
bullshit,
do that.
and I still hear you.
He really wants to walk home tonight.
And he should turn his hearing aids on.
He doesn't wear them at night.
Well, then he shouldn't hear you unless you're really
exactly.
loud. You must be really loud then.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't snore.
You don't snore. I was
Hey,
ready to,
I got
was
video
ready
somewhere
to
that
tape
proves
you today, young lady. I was in the bathroom and I heard you.
What were you doing in the bathroom?
I'll have to ask Simba, see what he says.
I don't even know where I'm at now. Now you guys confused me as to where I sent that.
We're talking about Johnny Depp.
I know. I'm trying to decide if I gave the second one or not. That's the first one. That's the second one. Okay, good. All right, so we're okay. We're caught up.
See,
anyway,
you just had to change.
Did you have your ears in?
Did I have my ears in? No.
Anyway, so it says the Sunday Times review of the album identifies lyrics that appear to refer dismissively to Heard. In one song, Depp seemed to compare Heard to a dog and talked about not giving her money. Johnny Depp appeared to call his ex-wife Amber Heard a dog in a song with a new album with Jeff Beck. So I just think it's sad that when couples break up, there's always a vindictive one, and she's the vindictive one. And in her case, it backfired, and I'm glad to see that there was justice.
Okay, I'll admit that you were right. I can be vindictive, but only if the person's name starts with L. And I have a lot of people in my life whose name started with L that I really didn't get along with.
Larry?
Besides my dad.
Lynn?
The only Lynn in my life is Natasha.
L?
Lady I used to work with, her name was Laura.
Okay.
So we're good. She has issues with D. I have issues with L. We're good.
All right. So between the two of you, you're on the DL. This is a weird story. This Albany TV anchor Heather Kovar was suspended after slurring during a broadcast.
Ooh.
Now, they all say she was drunk. She doesn't say she's drunk, but
Stroke.
That's not the case for what she says. But if you even look at her eyes and stuff, she looks like she had a stroke. But they suspended her because they think she was drunk or on some kind of drugs. And it's really strange to think about. Like, you would know that, I would think, before when somebody, because you don't just go on the air. You usually talk and all that. But she says that she was just really, really tired. But they suspended her. It says here, news anchor Heather Kovar shocked viewers over the weekend when she slurred her words and appeared disheveled during an evening broadcast. And the station told the Post that she's been suspended from her job. The CBS 6 anchor was jittery and wide-eyed during Saturday segments, at times incoherent. That's me every day. Every Tuesday, that's me. At one point, while trying to pivot between segments, Kovar said, "And so, moving on tonight is what we have to tell you. Also, like other news that's happening in the area and across the area in the nation." That sounds like something I would say. In fact, when I'm going to play you in a little while, you're going to say, "Were you coherent when this happened?"
How early in the morning did you do that, Mike?
Oh, man. Anyway, suspended anchor, it says here, suspended news anchor Heather Kovar blames slurred broadcast on exhaustion. But her eyes were definitely
not right.
Yeah, definitely had appeared to be. I don't know what they could have taken her for a drug test, I guess, and determined whether, or alcohol test or something, or even made her. Well, you can't make someone to submit to to something to test whether or not you had a stroke. But I know what it's like to have a stroke, and you don't know you had the stroke. I mean, for me, it was that I didn't even know I had a stroke. I just knew something was off, and I didn't feel any pain. I thought my mental capacities were there, but my coordination wasn't there, and I couldn't finish sentences. Kind of like now, where I don't finish sentences. So she says that she was just exhausted. So, hey, having some time off. They're giving you time off. Upstate New York news anchor was suspended Saturday. She's blaming her slurred speech on exhaustion in the aftermath of her father's death. Okay, if her father died, she probably should have taken off anyway. It's not easy to continue working when there's a death.
No, that looks more like Bell's palsy or something. Because if you look at her one side, then look at the other.
Well, I had a stroke. My stroke was, I didn't see the difference, but people were telling me, doctor told me the minute he saw me I had a stroke, and I didn't see it. I even looked in the mirror. I didn't see it. But they disagreed with me, and they apparently know what they're talking about. So, you're giving up your chair?
No, I know.
Yes, you are. Where's she at? Where's our stand-in?
She's only keeping it warm for him.
Where's the stand-in at? She's going to see he's not there, run down here real quick and take his chair. So, anyway, I don't know. It's hard to say whether or not that is the case. So, WWE started something that they used to do, and then they stopped doing, and then they used to do, and then they stopped doing.
Now they're doing it again?
Yes, they are. Now you don't know what it is, though, do you?
No.
Do you know what it is?
Because I forgot after the last time they stopped it.
Well, you didn't. You probably didn't know. Any guesses?
They're showing dark matches.
No.
Okay.
They're doing things that are upsetting the fans, though.
Uh-oh. Getting rid of good talent?
Well, they do that all the time.
I thought maybe they stopped and they started again.
What they're doing is they're banning signs again.
Oh, come on.
Hearing WWE is not letting signs in the building tonight. Times have changed. I remember when shows went back in the day and the arenas were full of signs. They had it. They really added to the atmosphere. Tonight, every sign has been confiscated so far. Here's a sample, and there's some of the signs that were, it's a bro sign. Like, that's dangerous.
Really?
But every sign. And so some people were saying, well, what do you mean they're doing that? And then here's some of the signs they should have banned. Sean is a faggot, crackhead 316, gold dust raped my dad. Those are the signs they should have.
Yes.
Yeah, but these are not. These are just your basic, signs. Bro is one of the, But apparently there were some signs. This is San Antonio here, and they had signs, but for the most part, they're stopping people from taking signs in again. And I think that's a bad idea. I don't know why. I don't know why people. It doesn't make sense to me. So, I feel sad that they do that, and I would say that WWE has better things to do than worry about signs. Especially, I think the reason they're doing that is Vince McMahon's in trouble, and they don't want signs about that. So I don't know if you know or not,
yeah.
but he is in trouble for cheating on his wife for one, and with an employee, and so I don't know. We'll see, but I understand that there's issues right now. So, all right, now this other thing, it's funny how Democrats try to be holier than thou, saying that Republicans, do everything wrong and all that stuff, and they're coming up with another way to deal with it. And this is kind of weird. This is a Democrat that's out there buying websites and putting up fake websites. Like this girl here, she's running for Congress, Elise Stefanik.
Oh, wow.
Okay, she's a Republican running for Congress. Okay, this is put up by a Democrat. Now you say, okay, well, what's the big deal about it? Okay, you want to see the site?
It's not a bad site, is it?
Yes, it is. This is put up by a Democrat. Okay.
I meant like a porn site.
Let's keep it white.
Wow.
The replacement theory and why I support it. She didn't say that. They're going to try to make it look like she's a racist. And now they do in the look. Hello, I'm Elise. Where did I come from? I come from white people. Okay. Let's be clear where I come from, because Stefanik doesn't exactly sound white, but I'm totally white. Now this is put up by a Democrat about a Republican. I'm thriving. I'm known as the handmaiden of Trump, which is such a huge honor for me and my people. I mean, this is defamation. I, Elise Stefanik, am a monster. I'm a vile and disgusting politician who is responsible for the Buffalo, New York shooting spree. How? What is in his manifesto is what I replaced into his head. Why? Because I want power. I want votes. I don't want to lead. I want to rule. People will lose lives. That's not my concern. I'm here for this is not, at least never put this up, okay? And he has these websites too. Now, down here it says this website is a parody. But would you have looked down there?
No.
Of course not.
That's why they put it there, because people aren't going to look at it.
Exactly. And every one of these websites, Lauren Boebert, racist, QAnon sympathizer.
Wow.
This is ridiculous. This is kind of stuff. And why is she me? Lauren Bobet is trash. That's not true. I'm trash. I don't want her to be trash.
Is this a secret wife that we don't know about,
It
Mike?
might be. Maybe I'm transgender, and that's me. Maybe I am. Maybe that's me. Look, I look pretty cute, huh?
Dark hair,
Yeah.
glasses. No, wait, you don't wear glasses all the time.
Well, I will when I'm dressed like that.
Okay.
And I look sexy too. But the thing is, this isn't even funny to me. This is supposed to be a parody, but this is not a parody. This is really bad. This kind of stuff shouldn't be allowed. I mean, here's another one. Contribute to this and my other sycophant websites, and these are the other websites. They're all
Whoever designed them should be in trouble.
the person that did it was this. Okay, let's go back to the
original article.
The original article. So the person who did it is Toby Morton. It says here, a desperate comedy writer is trying to stick it to the GOP by buying up internet domain names and creating fake campaign sites for Republican polls that portray them as inept white supremacists. Toby Morton, whose most recent credited work include occasional roles on South Park, writing for Mad TV and more than a decade ago, has purchased nearly 70 internet sites since 2019, each one costing less than $20, and filling them with anti-Republican bile. To me, that's a target.
He's got too much time on his hands.
Well, but I think somebody needs to stop this. This is, this is blasphemous. This is really, really bad, and I don't think anybody should be allowed to do this. I am Kevin McCarthy, compromat, coward, adulterer. This is stuff that shouldn't. This is not funny. This is not funny to me, and I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat. I think it's stupid. I think this kind of thing should not be out there. What if because 99% of the people that go to these websites, they don't know it's fake.
That's true.
And they're not going to go down to the bottom and see this is a parody website, and it's not even funny. I don't see how they can think this is funny. This is not funny. So, I don't know. There should be somebody that stops it, but I don't know who would stop it. We have freedom of speech, I guess, but it's also not right to blatantly attack.
You're right. The government, we all have issues with the government as it is. This is just making it worse.
Right, and when you put up there that you're inspiring racism, because there are people that are racist that it would say, oh well, if they're my kind of people, I just think it's wrong. It's wrong on everything. There's nothing right about this. I don't know. Some people just need a life, I guess. All right. This is neat. So, Biden ripped after blaming Republicans for the U.S. economic troubles. Well, I don't know. Last time I checked, when Trump was in there, things were going pretty good. Biden seems to be the guy that was in charge when everything fell to the what?
Ann says it's straight up defamation.
Yes.
The only reason he can get away with it is because of that small print about it being a parody. If they were against the liberals, it would be taken down.
Yeah, see, to me, that should be taken down. And I think this is hilarious that Biden's saying it was the Republicans' fault that we have economic problems. I don't know. I think it was some bad judgment on our president.
All these people that are putting stuff up against Biden, too, they're not getting in trouble for that, so this is probably saying, well...
They're true. They're true. Biden's destroying our country. I don't know. Have you seen the prices go down since Biden's been in office?
A little bit. They're down to like $4.67
And where were they before when Trump was in office?
Yeah, a lot lower.
They were in the low... They were in 3 or in the 2s.
Yeah, so it all depends on the bonus points.
Yeah, it depends on the bonus points. But not everybody gets bonus points.
That's true.
Not even people that deserve them get bonus points. But that's another thing.
I meant like gas bonus points.
I'm talking about gas bonus points too. Like 80 cents, here and there. And yeah, I was talking about that too. Anyway, let's see. I just think he's the fact that he is blaming Republicans for the pricing. He can't blame the Republicans for the pricing. I don't, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think I'm a Republican. I don't think I'm a Democrat. I think I'm a free thinker. So I don't really, I don't know who should be president next. Definitely not Biden. Definitely not Kamala. If I had a choice between Trump and Biden, I would take Trump again, but I hope somebody else will be out there. Because I don't want either of them.
I would take Trump.
I would take Trump over Biden, but I would take somebody else over Trump if we could have somebody else.
Like Reagan?
Yeah, sure. You going to dig him up or what?
He's got sons, doesn't he?
I don't think he has any in politics. Well, I don't know. He might. I don't know. Anyway, so a flight attendant mistakes Simone Biles for a child. Do you know who Simone Biles is?
I know her.
Which you would like to tell?
Go ahead.
She's a gymnast.
Yes, she is. So
On
the flight attendant offered her coloring books. I don't know. I'm looking at her picture. I don't think she really looks that young. I mean, I know she's small. She's pretty small, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's funny, and I mean, I don't know. I just think it's hilarious because she's 4'8". So I don't know. I think it's funny though. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny.
See, I would take offense if they offered me a walking cane or something.
Why?
Well, then that means I'm older than I look.
Exactly. You are old.
You're not older than you look. You look pretty old.
You're older than I am.
And I'm younger than you look.
And you better be careful.
You need a ride.
I'm glad you're keeping your mouth
I'm just
shut.
shutting up. I'm not saying a goddamn word.
I might.
Because I ain't sleeping on the couch or the other bed.
And you know that you can walk
He's been
home.
good today. He's been
Yes.
pretty good.
No, he just offered me a ride home.
No.
What are you doing?
You can't take her home.
He has before.
Well, I know that.
You know, you can be demoted.
No, I've been here too long. I got seniority rights.
I got longer seniority rights. All right. Anyway, so Simone Biles is a kid.
She's somebody's kid.
Paul Rudd is a neat guy.
Yes.
Ant-Man. But you know why he's a neat guy? Because he is a real person. And I'll tell you how real he is. This kid was being bullied, and he found out about it. So he came to Colorado
Nice.
to meet the kid. Now that would be kind of cool. I mean, if you could get one of your heroes, I would pretend to be. I've always been abused. I could say people were picking on me too because every time I was in wrestling, people picked on me.
Yep.
I could say, I really wish Paul Rudd would see me too. Oh man, but yeah, that's it's just kind of cool. But Paul Rudd proves he's a superhero after helping a bullied boy in Colorado. Not only has Paul Rudd repeatedly helped save the Marvel Cinematic Universe on screen, but he's also a superhero in real life, according to NPR. The star of the Ant-Man franchise recently reached out to Brody Ritter, a 12-year-old boy in Colorado who experienced months of bullying at his school. His mother, Cassandra, reached her breaking point when Brody brought home his yearbook that only had 2 teachers and 2 students signed. Hope you make some more friends, Brody wrote in a heartbreaking note to himself.
Wow.
You know, I can show you my yearbook. No one signed it. No one signed it. Paul Rudd, I want you to know, no one signed my book. And
I don't even have mine anymore.
I'm sad.
I have mine.
I'm sad. I only have mine because my sister gave it to me, and not only did they not sign it, but under my name they put my cousin's name. So I wasn't even named in there. They have my picture, and my cousin's in there twice.
Guess I'm going to have to see this.
Oh, I just got that recently. It's funny. Anyway, this spurred his mom to try and teach her community a lesson in kindness. Taking the school's Facebook page for parents of students, she posted a note about Brody's treatment. My poor son doesn't seem like it's getting any better. 2 teachers and 2 students wrote in his yearbook, despite Brody asking all kids to sign it. So Brody took it upon himself to write to himself. My heart shattered. Teach your kids kindness. The post spread beyond her Denver suburb, or eventually reaching Rudd, who has a history of helping out kids in need. This is why I really appreciate people like him. Because even in his movies, you could tell this guy's a nice guy. And even when he plays a bad guy, he's a really nice guy. You could tell he's a nice guy. The actor is one of the founders of Big Slick Celebrity Weekend, a star-studded charity event that raises funds for children's health organizations, Children's Mercy. Last month, Rudd attended the BSCC's 2022 edition, answering fan questions and playing alongside celebrity pals like Adam Scott and Rob Riggle in a softball game. After hearing Brody's story, he reached out to the Ritters and arranged a FaceTime chat with the Marvel fan. He followed up with a personal letter that reads, "It's important to remember that even when life gets tough, that things get better. There are so many people that love you and think you are the coolest kid there is. Me being one of them."
Nice.
And his generosity didn't stop there. He also sent Brody a signed Ant-Man helmet that's proudly displayed in the boys' bedroom. We put it in one of those little helmet cases. He's so proud of it. And it's not just Marvel celebrities stepping up to do the right thing for Brody. After his mother posted her Facebook note, older students at the school made a point of snapping selfies with the 12-year-old and signing his yearbook. He's just over the moon. So it's just kind of cool.
I think it's sad it takes something like that for all those people to come back and, I'll sign your yearbook now.
See the helmet, it says, "To my good friend Brody."
Nice.
I just think it's awesome. I mean, I really know what it's like to be abused as a kid, and I truly would love to see the kid. If I ever get to the big time where I'm at like Paul Rudd's level, I would do that kind of stuff too. And it's not even it's not like he's
see me.
No.
Okay.
I see you every week. I want to go see some kids I never saw before.
Okay.
Some kids with problems, real problems.
I have real problems.
You have real friends.
I have real problems.
How many people signed your yearbook?
God, no. Okay, that's not the point.
That
Okay,
is the point.
Wait a minute. They may have signed it, but I probably don't know who the heck they are either anymore.
Well, you don't admit that.
Okay.
Like nice children.
I'm just saying, Oh man, some people want
And
everything.
yes, I was picked on at high school too, but not as bad probably.
You were picked on now.
I'm right. I mean,
What do you mean high school?
It's just part of life.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool.
It's sad when you have a coworker that picks on you too.
Did you send me an AMC thing?
Yes.
Okay, I thought that was an interesting. I'm going to play this. If you're an AMC goer, this is interesting. I found it very interesting, and I'm going to try it. So
I figured you would. That's why I sent it to you.
So this is a hacks for AMC. So you got to pay attention because it's really interesting.
3 movie theater hacks you didn't know about.
All right, I got to turn that down. All right, let's turn it down about there. Okay, he's going to give us 3 hacks we didn't know.
Before each shift, each employee hides 1 gift card around the whole theater for guests to find. I think I'm going to hide mine right there. If you tell the person taking your ticket, welcome back to the movies before they can even take your ticket, you'll get a free membership.
I'm going to try that one.
If it works, let me know.
Wait, say it again. If
you go up to the counter and you say to them, "Welcome to the theater,"
okay,
they give you a free membership.
Okay,
I'll do that.
If it works, let me know.
Yeah. Welcome to the theater.
Worst is you have to pay for your ticket. So
yeah.
If you get a free ticket, I'd be more than happy, and I'll make sure that I always do that.
Hello, welcome to the movies.
Welcome to the movies.
Well,
membership. Thank you. And lastly, he wants to pay $5 for a bag of candy you can get for $1. You don't even have to sneak it in. You can just bring it on in. None of us will even care.
So you can bring your own candy, which we usually did anyway. So, but only one of those is really important to me, and that is
the middle one.
The middle one, yeah. Welcome to the movies.
3 movie theater hacks
I think
you
it's.
didn't know about.
I think it's what.
Before each shift, each employee.
This
has
one is
gift
interesting.
card around-
That's interesting. I kind of am curious about that one. They hide a gift card somewhere around the theater, and if you find it, it's yours.
Yeah.
So.
I guess you better start looking.
Well, you got to know when the shift changes because that's the important thing. So I think that would make it interesting. It makes me want to go to their theater again. I've been going to Regal, but I'm not dead set on that. But anyway, that's kind of neat stuff.
Which one did we go to? With Alex.
One up in her area.
Wasn't it AMC?
Richland, I believe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was AMC.
It might have been.
Okay.
But it was just a different name.
Next time I'll do that now.
It could be fun. I mean,
welcome to the theater.
Welcome to the movies.
Movies. Yeah, welcome to the movies.
That's right. Yellowstone is a TV show. An actress there is, we talked about someone ripping off people. Well, here's another one. Another actress, Yellowstone, charged with felony fraud after collecting nearly $97,000 in disability payments. These are people that should not even need the money. They're working actresses. I mean, I don't understand the whole thing. Why? How much money is too much money? If you can live comfortably, that's enough money. Okay.
Be right back.
Cheyenne will be back. Cheyenne will be in. I guess I'll play the thing while Trish is gone. Oh, what was that? Hello. What in the world? Oh, it's Duck Dynasty again.
We fixing to get filthy,
Turn it off.
stinking
Turn it off.
rich boys.
Turn it off.
I mean, filthy rich.
Why can't I? Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Whew. I hate that. That was one of her shows. She liked Duck Dynasty, and I never understood that. All right, this is the girl. She, Jen Shaw. Wait, is that the girl we talked about a while ago? No.
Yeah, no.
No, that's not. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the other one. Okay, that's not the one we're talking about now, though. One we're talking about now, or is it? All right, I got to look and see now. Rats. Darn it. No, that's not Yellowstone. The Yellowstone actress is the one we're talking about. A lawyer for the Yellowstone actress says she denies accusations that she committed workman's compensation fraud. So this is a different one. This is an actress from the hit TV show Yellowstone has been charged with 2 felonies after allegedly collecting $97,000 through workman's compensation fraud, even though she was still able to work. I can't even pronounce her name. It's Koriaka Kilcher, 32, of North Hollywood, has been charged with 2 felony counts of workman's compensation insurance fraud after she received $96,838 in temporary disability benefits between 2019 and 2021. Now, she had 2 payments, and she received $96,000. $45,000 a payment? I'm in the wrong business.
Right?
I'd like to get that kind of. If you give me that kind of money, I'll gladly not work. Mm-hmm. Give it to me. Anyway, she says. It says here the Paramount Network series Yellowstone stars Kevin Costner, Kelly Riley, Luke Grimes, and Wes Bentley. It has 4 seasons. It says here Kilcher was initially collecting disability insurance after she injured her neck and right shoulder while riding in a production vehicle on the set of Dora in October 2018. She also denied work the following year, citing neck pain resulting from the injury. In a statement, the company said Kilcher returned to work and then resumed her disability payments. After records, according to records, she returned to the doctor and started receiving disability benefits 5 days after last working on the show. She surrendered to authorities in May. So, I don't even know. I can't even imagine getting that kind of money. But somebody can imagine it. She can imagine it. You would think that there would be. Okay, so I didn't do that yet. There's got to be some kind of code to live by, I guess. But you can't imagine that you're going to get away with that, especially if it's that kind of money. If your payments are like, getting a couple hundred here and there, it's still not right. But if you're getting $45,000 or $90,000 a year or whatever it is, I don't know. It just seems crazy. So I just found that kind of disgusting, actually. Not to say I wouldn't do it, but I haven't done it. That's what I'll tell you. Next week you'll hear us. Mike Trash was accused of. So The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. Does he have any kids? Or does he have any brothers and sisters?
I'm going to say no, but...
Since you're back, now I'll ask you.
What?
The Rock.
What about him?
Well, is he a single... is he an only child?
No.
He's not.
I don't think so.
Why don't you think so?
I just don't think so. He calls everybody brother.
Funny. Well, you aren't correct.
I thought that was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Well, you're correct. He is not
an only child.
An only child.
Well, that's what I figured.
DNA testing confirms The Rock has 5 half siblings.
Oh.
So that would be two. That would be 2.5 full siblings. And I don't think he knew about it, but his dad apparently was playing around a little bit. Well, his dad, if you ever watched the series, his dad was not exactly a stand-up guy. So, I think his dad was a little shady. That's why his dad and mom were not together the whole time. And even when they were together, he was doing something else. So Dwayne Johnson has reportedly found that he has 5 siblings whose relation to the Hollywood star was confirmed through DNA testing.
Well, maybe I'm one of them, or maybe you're one of them.
I probably am, but they won't admit it. The DNA test reveals that 5 people are the children of The Rock's late father, Rocky Johnson. Their names are Lisa Purves, Paula Parsons, Trevor Edwards, Adrian Bowles, and Aaron Fowler. At least there's a lot of different girls in there, huh? Apparently he only wanted one child per woman. He spread it out. And apparently the 5 strangers found each other on the internet. The 5 told the magazine that they had no relationships with Rocky, who passed away in 2020.
Wow.
And
one night stands, probably.
And Purves is older than him, 53, said she was embarrassed that my father didn't want me. She set out to make a documentary about her absent parents and included elements about her own upbringing. That has to be an interesting story. I would love to hear their story.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have all these kids and they're,
One of those, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Is it that, or is it somebody saying, well, I'm just going to do this, because they know he's popular, and try to...
That's what the DNA test was for.
I know.
I was going to say, yeah.
But those can be fake, too.
What do they got to gain? They don't, because Rocky's dead, so they got nothing to gain. It's not like they can go after their brother, their half-brother. They can't...
Maybe they think they can.
Nah, he didn't have anything to do with it, and in fact, he is much larger than his father ever was, and his father was not really. He was working side jobs all the time.
But see, maybe they're thinking, oh, well, they'll pay me hush money to shut up. You don't know. People do crazy things.
It's hard to say, but I really doubt that I hope that's not the case. It says, we want to be recognized. We sat back on the back burner forever. Rocky was our dad as well as Dwayne's. Dwayne doesn't owe us anything. Dwayne has nothing to do with the decisions that his dad made. He doesn't even know who we are. For for a long time, I was burdened by the weight of my own sadness, and I became angry. And growing up without a father, that was my fuel. I thought of my father every day of my life, standing in the mirror, looking into my eyes, having a conversation with myself about why he left. I mean, I would be devastated if my father would have been like that too. And in that day and age, it was less likely to happen. Parents didn't get divorced as quick as they do today.
Right.
And but the fact that he was a scumbag and jumped from woman to woman till he had a baby with her, spreading his seed.
Well, what I want to know is how many women did he have pregnant at the same time?
That would be. I wonder. Well, let's see if they have the ages. We know the one's 58, and so that would have been 10 years or so older than him.
Let's see what.
Says Perv's film is still in production and is tentatively titled "Just Call Me Lisa." Let's see if they say how much or how old. Nope, doesn't say.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's look as soon as this.
What were you looking? What are you searching?
I was looking up the Rock's.
Be under Rocky Johnson more than.
Yeah, but it says Dwayne is.
Oh, he is 50. Well, still, she's 58.
Okay, so.
I was thinking it was 48, so I was just.
So there's two of the
man,
ages.
He looks better at 50 than he did at 40. He gets better with age.
Fine wine, baby.
And to think we were that close to having him on this show.
I know!
We could have had him and Batista on. And I didn't want Batista because I didn't know who he was. He wasn't anybody yet.
It said he had 8 children. Rocky had 8, including Dwayne.
So they only talk about 6 here. Oh, man. Does it say about his kids?
Let's see, personal life.
Question is, did he know he had the kids?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. He probably said, "You're pregnant? See ya. I don't got no money."
Well, it said that he, in order to provide for his 2 families, he adopted a frugal lifestyle on the road. He did not reveal if Una knew about Atta and Dwayne, but said that she gave him an ultimatum to quit wrestling or they'd have to separate. During his wrestling years...
Oh, here we go. Here's the...
Yeah.
Here they are. Rocky's brother, Ricky. Rocky and Ricky.
Oh, God.
Paula.
Trevor, Lisa. Yeah, there's the ages.
There we go. So he had 2 girls? 2 women he was with? Or was it more than that?
It looks like it was more than that.
I think it was more than that. That's really unreal. Wow. And are they all younger than Rock? Or older than Rock? Rock would have been, he's what, 50 you said?
Yeah, he's 50. He was born in...
1972.
72.
So, let's see here, we got...
So, Paula's older, Trevor's older. Well, they're all older.
Okay, so he was the youngest of the Runt. He was the Runt. But actually, Aaron looked like he was 70.
He was born in 1970.
Yeah.
But it says they connected him to his brother Ricky, not him.
That's weird. Well, The Rock has got a big family now. Now I wonder if he's going to do anything with them. That would be kind of cool that he would, welcome them into his life. So, and his daughter just got a big applause for NXT. I have not seen her on television yet.
Do you know why she got it?
Because she did promos.
Huh?
She did promos.
No.
Yeah.
She became the first 4th generation wrestler.
But she did a promo, and that was also something. So I hope to see her on TV sometime, because I watch NXT all the time. I think it's really a good show overall. So, all right. Armie Hammer. Do you remember Armie Hammer?
No.
Lone Ranger, remember him?
Oh!
Okay, and plus he was doing a bunch of movies back then.
Okay.
Somehow, somewhere, he got back in the news about something. Armand Douglas Hammer is an American actor, a son of businessman Michael Armand Hammer, and a great-grandson of oil tycoon Armand Hammer. He began his acting career with a guest appearance on several television series. So he was in a bunch of movies that we saw a couple years ago. He was in a string of movies. I don't really know what happened, but he's not acting anymore. Do you know what he's doing? Selling timeshares in the Cayman Islands. What in the world is going on with Armie Hammer? I would think that he somewhere along the line he must have pissed somebody off, because why else would you be selling timeshares? Because he was a big name. He was starting to gain a lot of traction, and somehow something went wrong that he's now selling timeshares, or maybe he just likes selling timeshares. I mean, is anybody in the chat room anymore? It's really quiet in there. Nobody's talking.
Watching.
You gotta. I'm getting ready to show you this video real soon. Next story is the video, so I want everyone to pay attention to this.
Is there going to be a quiz?
There's going to be a quiz.
Oh boy!
The quiz is: do you like the video or don't you? Because this is a video I'm going to be giving. Well, I'll explain it shortly. I keep saying it, don't I? Is that annoying you yet?
Coming up soon.
Coming up. And I'll keep pushing off till the end of the show, and then I'll play it, and I'll get people waiting to the last minute. Anyway, days after...
Coming next week.
Oh, here we are.
On the next episode of Trash Talking Radio.
That's right. Oh, sorry, we ran out of time. We'll be on the next week's show.
Next week.
Day after I spent days working on this video, I finished it right before the show. Days after Armie Hammer's lawyer denied claims the actor was working at a hotel in the Cayman Islands, he's been reportedly been selling timeshares. TMZ reports that Hammer, who's facing several accusations of sexual misconduct, including assault and fetishizing cannibalism, was spotted pitching timeshares to some potential customers at an office in the Caymans, according to the person who snapped the picture of Hammer working at the office. He outlined a plan to a prospective buyer that would cost $2,020. What are we laughing at?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did you like cannibalism? What are we laughing at here?
I think for
share
hers
it with the
that,
class.
It's that word fetishizing.
No. Mom just took a drink of her Sprite.
Okay.
What color's the bottle?
Green.
Green screen. It literally looks...
Oh, pick it up again. I want to see.
Hold on.
Let me see you drink this. This will be funny. I mean, wait, do it over that way. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. You're drinking the words on the screen. What are you doing? I need those words. How can I read them?
I'm absorbing them.
That's one way to learn your part. Drink it.
I just happened to see that. I was starting laughing. That's why I was laughing.
Okay. All right. So anyway.
Sorry.
I'm absorbing new literature.
He outlined a prospective plan to a buyer that would cost him $2,020 a week. It's unclear what he was pitching to them. However, it's not even clear if it was the disgraced actor at the office. Hammer's been in the Caymans since the start of the pandemic and was situated there because the allegations against him unfolded in January 2021. 35-year-old was spotted at a resort there this week in clothes that look like a work uniform, as the British tabloid The Daily Mail reported. So there we go. There's where Armie is.
He's
that
not
guy.
With the Navy anymore?
I can't hardly hear you. You need to get closer.
He's not with the Navy anymore?
I don't think so. He should probably become a member of the Air Force or Navy.
Or the Marines!
So, anyway. All right. Is everybody there?
Yes.
I just want to know, because this is what I mean. I've been putting this off, and I want to do this
for almost 2 hours now.
Yes.
All right, do it.
I want to know if my sister's there, because she has not seen this or even heard. She had no idea what was going on. Okay.
Yes, she's there.
Okay. How do you know she's there?
I know Ann. She's there.
Okay. So here's the story. I've been applying for a lot of stuff lately, and I've had a couple of callbacks, and one of the things I applied for was they're doing a special on the Jews from World War I
Okay.
Which I haven't decided if I'm going to do or not, but it's you're supposed to record your voice over a story from that.
Okay.
Okay. I might do that. I might not. I haven't decided.
Yeah, Aunt Tina's
Okay.
there.
So I was thinking I might do that. I also had a chance to play a detective that I wanted to do, but it's going to coincide with my going to Atlanta, so I'm not going to be able to do that one. They said, can you be there this Sunday at 9 a.m. in Philly? I can't.
You up
I can't.
at 9 a.m.?
Well, I'm doing a training that day, and I got to be at the
You're
training.
never up at 9 a.m.
I am usually awake at 9. But if I didn't have this other thing, I would be there because I want to do this job. I want this, but I can't do it. So I told them I can't do it. Then I had another. What was the other ones? Well, I had a couple more that I'm toying with that I might want to audition for. But this one is the one I did audition for. It's Turn 5 is the name of the company.
Okay.
Okay? And what they're doing is they're hiring, and this is what it's for. It's a car show.
Oh, wow.
For a host of a car show.
Okay.
That could be fun. I watch Grand Tour, and I watch
Counting Cars.
Counting Cars is another one that I watch, but I also watch
Ice Road Truckers.
Well, yeah, but more like the ones that I watch are as a host.
And you have hosting experience.
And I have hosting experience. So they sent me a thing saying, we're interested in you, and they gave me these parameters that they want me to do.
Okay.
So the full parameters were that they want to know who I am, they want to know all the stuff about me in 9 minutes or less, or 8 minutes or less. They want to know what my interest in cars are. Do I know how to fix cars? Do I know how to, what is my capacity? I did tell them that I'm not a mechanic.
Right.
They're looking for mechanics too. But they're also looking for a host. And I could be a Tim Taylor host. I could be a more power. But anyway, and they gave me a small script at the end. At the end of this, I think is it at the end? Shoot, it's not done. Damn it, I gotta,
Fudge.
Well, I just realized it's not done. I got to do I got the other segments done, but I just got to, okay, this is going to have everything in it but the last 2 segments. I'm glad I remember that. I would have given it to them without the last 2 segments, and that's kind of the thing. Anyway, this is the audition minus the last 2 segments. It's good. I've been working on this for days, so I had to reshoot a lot of things. Okay, now we're going to have problems with the internet. Great. We did good up till now. Come on. There we go. Now, hopefully it won't choke on me.
Hi, I'm the Vital Idol Classy Mike Trash.
Okay, I got to turn it up.
And I'm going to lead you on a journey of a topic that only I can talk about. Me. I've had an interest in cars and trucks since I began walking, and probably even before that. My dad was a car guy, and I would watch in amazement as it seemed he could fix just about everything. When I got older, I started college at 16, and he got me a job working at a garage as an intern. And there I learned how to fix cars at his best friend's garage. It was fun, and it was exciting to do. I've owned all types of cars, ranging from my first car, which was a 66 Plymouth Fury 3, not the 1, not the 2, but the 3, to a Vega, to a step van, which I lived in for 3 years. And then I had a series of junkers until my last couple of cars, which used current technology, until the last one, which is the fastest SUV currently available to mankind, and I'll show you that one later. I've been in entertainment for 40 plus years, and as a musician most of that time. I started playing covers, as most people do, and...
Okay, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to turn off the floating thing so you can see what's going on. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Got to turn off this. Now you can see what's going on. So let me back it up just a hair. Okay. Didn't realize.
And then I had a series of junkers until my last couple of cars, which used current technology, until the last one, which is the fastest SUV currently available to mankind. And I'll show you that one later. I've been in entertainment for 40 plus years, and as a musician most of that time. I started playing covers, as most people do, and I was in a band called Mike Trash and the Barking Rats. Luckily, I had the name for it. And eventually, I formed the Uncle Sam Band, which was about 30 years of my life, and we put out a CD called Love in a Blender. Let me see, there we go, Love in a Blender. We were about to release a couple new CDs, and then last year, on October 27th, my co-writer died of COVID. So that ended that, and now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the music. I am a former professional wrestler. I was in the industry for 12 years. I retired in 2012. I'm an actor and have been in a music video for Epitaph Records for a band called Too Close to Touch out of, I believe, Kentucky. I was the main character. If you look at their video on YouTube, you'll see my name, my picture right up front. I was in a TV pilot called Agency. I have studied improv with Robert Galinsky out of New York. He's coached people like 50 Cent and Nile Rodgers, I believe, was the other one that I knew. And I've been coached by Ali Grant of the Goldbergs fame and Weeds fame. I am the host of Trash Talking Radio for 19 years. We started the show in 2003. And I've met some great people on that show. Met Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, a bunch of wrestlers. And then there were people like the guy that lost his penis. I can't remember his name, but he was a guest on my show too. Anyway, what kind of cars do I like? Well, I like cars and trucks. I like stuff that have been customized. I like restored cars and trucks. I really like the history of cars. We have a museum here for antique vehicles, and it's a huge building. It's 3 floors, and I was stuck there for a long time because I just was amazed by the cars that are there. But I do like antiques. I like pivotal cars. I like cars that have new technology, have something that changes the world on vehicles. Because, I mean, autos have been the same practically since inception, especially when you talk about the fuel, and it's really neat to see the evolution of cars. I like unique cars, people that are very creative in the way that they build their cars or restore their cars. And fast cars, of course. I love fast cars. I'm a big fan of the show Top Gear and Grand Tour. I've worked on my Jeep. I've worked on my Prius, as Prius is. I've worked on many of my cars. My vans I've worked on. Because I lived in them, I've worked on the interior and exterior. But I'm not a great person for building things. I just did what I had to do to get by. But I really admire those that can do that stuff, because those are people that are the true artists of the industry. I've owned domestic cars, foreign cars, and I'm about to buy a unique car that is going to change the way that we see cars, and it's going to be groundbreaking, and I hope to have it later on this year. The one question you guys asked me is, what material is American Trucks item number T43197 made from? And that's a Cervini's Ram air hood. Everyone knows that. I mean, geez, you don't even need to look it up on the web. And it's made from, of course, high-quality fiberglass. So, stay tuned. I got a lot more to show you, and a lot more to share with you. So, see you soon. I've had a couple Priuses in my time. In 2006, I bought a 2006. In 2010, I bought a 2010. Well, then I sold my 2010 because I bought a new car that I never drove the Prius anymore. And then the gas prices went up, and I bought this one. It's a 2008 with only 63,000 miles on it, and that's 63 original thousand miles. So it's a keeper for now till the prices go back down. Let me show you another one that I have. This is my second car. This is the Jeep Cherokee Laredo. It's a great car, or was a great car. Still runs great. Problem is, I can't get it inspected because the frame rusted out. So, every once in a while, I just check the battery until I decide what I'm going to do with it and keep it charged.
I hear Cheyenne.
Actually, I disconnected the battery because it was just discharging, and there was no reason to do that. So, this is number 2. I'll show you number 3 now.
Number 3, which is number 1.
My head's not going to be cut off, by the way. It's only the screen in here that cuts my head off.
That's my ride. Nice Model X. Nice fast car. Not a faster SUV out there. And I own it. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. This is Mike Trash from Dauphin, Pennsylvania. See ya.
I like it. I like it. I like it. That's my story.
And Bobbit was the name you were trying to think of.
Yeah. And that's it.
Nice.
My story and I'm sticking to it.
Now there is another part that I have recorded that I have to put in there that that was the scripted stuff that they gave me that they wanted me to do, and actually let me see if I can find it. I had it here somewhere.
Ann likes it. She says, cool.
It was fun, but the problem is I had a time schedule, and I kept trying to make this time schedule work. I'll do the other part for you live, although it's not going to be spotless. Here it is. I've been having problems. I had to color code it because I kept screwing up certain words, but it goes something like this. And by the way, this is going to be, they don't mind me teleprompting it. They told me, this is going to be teleprompted so you don't have to memorize it, which is good, because I don't know what some of these things mean. But anyway, it goes, the Putco fender trim is going to appeal to the newer F-150 owners out there who are looking for a little something for the fender area, but maybe doesn't want to fully commit to a set of larger, more expensive fender flares. The Putco options are going to be relatively affordable compared to those other flare options. Easily installable, no drilling, thanks to the included clips. And I had a USB drive in my hand. I said the Black Platinum lineup, for the most part, uses nothing but quality 304 grade stainless steel, and that's the case here with their fender trim. And like the rest of the Black Platinum lineup, you're going to be looking at a very sleek mirror black finish, which I would say looks really good when installed. The trim does include a UV-resistant rubber edge trim, which will help add more finished look to the installed, and the package is backed by Putco's Never Rust lifetime warranty. Seeing as 304 stainless is pretty much immune to corrosion, I would doubt that you would ever need this. That's the first one. Then the second one I have to do is switching gears to the install again. A little more involved than some of the more Black Platinum options from Putco, but still not terrible overall. Expect a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. So that's my review for the Putco Black Platinum fender trim, which you can find right here at AmericanMuscle.com. And that's
nice.
That's basically what I got to do for the other two. That I'm glad that I forgot to do that, and I remembered it now, so that tomorrow when I finish this, I'll finish this up and send it through. I'm going to send this through as a second video. That way I can my video still fits in the parameters because my video is too long. So I'll do that as a second thing. And
Our other co-host is back.
hey, how you doing? Did you like that?
Say yes.
Yeah, you always
was
like
good, huh?
You like everything I do. So, yeah, she's smiling. But anyway, it was fun, and that's the kind of thing that this is going to be a full-time job if I get this.
Nice.
Which it'd be fun to be doing a full-time hosting, but I got to figure out how it's all going to. First, I want to figure out how much we're going to make if we do this, and if it interferes with this.
Right.
And it's Philadelphia, so I would probably have to get an apartment down there. But they're going to have to pay me enough to make it worth me getting an apartment down there.
Well, of course.
So if I'm down there a couple days and then I come back up here a couple days, I'm hoping it'll be like I could do it like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday thing or something like that. But I mean, I'm going to work it out. Whatever happens, we'll take it from there.
Cool.
So, I just kind of think it's exciting that.
Just don't forget us little people.
Who are you?
I thought so.
Did you want an autograph or something?
Yes, please. Oh, Cheyenne, you tell them.
But anyway, that's where we are on that, and if we get it to work, it'd be nice, and if we don't, no big deal. But I think it'd be fun to
move your feet, lose your seat.
I'm gonna give this to Mike and let him to Cirillo, and here, Cirillo, you want a treat? That way we'll leave Cheyenne up there and give him. Let's give her this. I don't think she'll take it.
Sit on the floor?
Nope.
We'll break that one up.
This one?
Yeah, break that up in a couple pieces. That way she's been real good today, so we haven't been spoiling her too much. But it'd really be it'd be fun. It would be cool to work with all the cars. Yeah, I think that would be pretty neat, especially if they do it like Top Gear or Grand Tour or something like that, where they aren't just in a garage pitching their stuff. I hope.
Maybe next time I'll take my seat with me.
I think it would be, because they have three things. They have American Muscle, Extreme Terrain, and American Trucks. And I think they said this was for American Muscle, but even if it's all three or one of those three, it doesn't matter. I could, they wanted somebody who had personality, and I figured, well, I don't know if I have personality, but I can do this.
You do.
And
I wouldn't say that.
No, of course you wouldn't, but I would.
Okay.
But it was a pain in the butt to do because I felt I was on a schedule, and a tight schedule because I had to write the show. So all Monday I tried to put this aside so I could write the show, but Sunday I recorded most of the stuff. Then I had to go out and re-record the one segment of the Jeep because I cut my head off. Well, I couldn't see.
You did a nice job repairing it.
I was doing it by myself, so I had no idea. I thought it was framed, but it was bright out, so I couldn't really see the screen that well, and I thought it was right. And then, like I said, you saw my head cut off on this, but this is the way I have it set up on this screen, so that we could put the banner at the bottom.
See, I can't even tell you have stitches there.
Well, I didn't use stitches.
Well, if you cut,
why would I use
if
stitches?
you put your head back on after you cut it off.
No, you don't use stitches. You got to use the Sabu method. Super glue.
Oh Lord.
Well, didn't you know that?
Yes.
When he got cuts, he was one of the first people to do that, and it became a medical thing after that. People realized you could do that.
Girl, that's all I have.
So, but I just think it would be cool, and if it happens, it happens. If it don't,
well, good luck. I hope it does happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, just kind of like having fun with it. And I didn't feel it didn't seem as smooth as it should have because I was rushing to get it done. But I think by the way, I did all these on the video. I did all the corners and stuff. That was the first time I ever ran a video within a video.
Oh, nice.
And that's why it was probably bogging down my computer when I was trying to do it. But that was fun.
When will you know?
Well, I got to give it to them tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'm saying...
I don't know. I don't know what time period they're talking to do it. And I don't even know if I can do it because I don't know what parameters we're going to be doing this at.
Okay.
But whatever it is, I'm open to... It'd be interesting what kind of money they're going to talk about doing. And will that... See, the thing is, it's not the money for me right now. It's the contacts. Because they're actually in a business where I can meet and I can walk up the path of at least I'm on TV now, or whatever, if that's what it ends up being. But, they're, it's funny because I saw, let me see here, where did I see that? It was some other girl, some girl was doing that last segment about the 1 and 3 wrenches or whatever, and I listened to that and I thought, oh, I could do that. It's kind of cool. It's interesting though, because basically, I tried to tell them I'm pretty open-minded about cars, and I do like all kinds of cars, and that museum in Hershey is awesome. And I had a lot of those pictures. A lot of those pictures were from there.
Did you see the? What is that one when you're going down 283, like right before you get into? It's like a car mall or something on the right. What is the name of that? That car mall that I say I want to go to every time I see it.
I don't remember.
There's one on Route 39.
No, it's not out this way. It's like you're going to Reading, going to Lancaster, and it's...
Oh, that place. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about off the turnpike.
No, it's not on the turnpike.
It's right off the turnpike.
I thought it was right off 283. It's right by a Peterbilt. But it's like an auto mall or something like that?
Yeah, it's off the turnpike.
Okay.
Because I haven't been to that one yet, but I probably will go to that one at some point. It's probably, you're probably saying, well, it's not on 283, but there is a road that probably comes from 283 that goes by there, but it's not on 283. But it is by the turnpike, and
I see it when I go down that way, but I never remember which way I'm going.
Well, I think it'd be fun, and it'd be interesting if we get to test drive the cars too, because then I'd be in heaven, because I'd be doing it on somebody else's dime and somebody else's gas, right, puppy?
Hi, sweet girl.
And I will only do it if they let me bring her.
Hi, sweet girl.
She's my co-host.
What?
She's my co-host of Cars. I take her everywhere.
I know you do.
She rides in the back.
She's such a good girl.
If I can bring her, we can do a deal. If I can't bring her and they offer me a lot of money, we can do a deal.
You didn't hear that, did you? No.
Hey, it's more treats. It's more treats for her. So.
Oh, she heard that word. Those ears went up when you said treat.
Yeah. All right, now let's go on to the main show for the fun stuff here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, because we got less than an hour.
I got a lot of stuff, too. I have a little more than an hour's worth of stuff, so. All right. My question to you is, 911 dispatcher, no, it's not going to let me. Come on, close. Charged with manslaughter after allegedly refusing to send woman an ambulance.
I sent this to you because I thought it was weird.
Yeah, well, do you think the 911 dispatcher should be charged with manslaughter because she refused to send someone for that woman?
Well, here were my thoughts just by reading the headline.
Mm-hmm.
That I look at 911 dispatchers in almost the same way I would look at a doctor or an EMT. They are there to help you, not judge you.
Yes.
Right? So, yes, she should be charged with something if she refused to send it, instead of trying to be the hero and figure out what was going on herself.
That's what I was thinking, too. She is not the person that diagnoses. The person said they needed help, and they said that they needed whatever it says. Let's see here.
I thought it was internal bleeding.
After her daughter told the dispatcher that without help she's going to die. That's pretty much, you better take that seriously, because, even if they went out and she is not, if she was exaggerating it, I would rather be right. I would be rather that than have her die. I'd rather have her lie to get to people there than have her die because the person doesn't believe that she's that.
Well, I could see it like if Ashley were to call for me And if she really didn't know what was wrong and she's really stressed out about it and her anxiety is running in overtime, then she could say, well, my mom's going to die if you're not here to help.
It's not, it doesn't matter. You should take every call as a serious call.
Well, of course.
Because if you're calling 911 and if it's not a serious thing, they're going to get you.
Yep.
So it's got to work in reverse, too. If you're telling somebody that they need help or they're going to die and somebody's just pinched their finger, you're going to get in trouble. But if you tell somebody that they're going to die and they don't die, but it was apparently serious, and it's kind of stupid that I'm telling the guy my mom's going to die. It's like her death, and she doesn't get an ambulance. Well, it's after she doesn't have. She's not a doctor. Neither of them are doctors.
Right.
Neither of them have the capability to know, if how to help somebody like that.
But
the dispatcher should have basic information, but they are not. It's not their job to say no. I'm not sending someone.
But now I'm going to look at this from the other side. Okay, only because I've seen it happen with a local fire ambulance company. I'm not saying it was down here, but I know of a woman several years ago. She was up in her age. I think she was in her 90s, and her family called for an ambulance to take her to the hospital. Well, nobody from that ambulance company would go because they were going to have a parade in like half an hour to an hour. So nobody wanted to leave. They had to call around to all these different companies to get an ambulance to take her because they didn't want to do it. If something would have happened to her, should that original fire company or ambulance company have been charged?
Yes.
They didn't want to do it. They're volunteer. It doesn't matter.
If you sign up for the duty,
you should do
the
just
duty.
like if you're a doctor. I agree. But they didn't. All they got was a bad ding in a newspaper because the daughter of the woman, she just wrote an editorial and says, this is ridiculous.
Well, I guess the only other thing that I would say of this one was the dispatcher refused to send an ambulance to a bleeding woman unless she agreed to go to the hospital. Is that in her training? Is that how she's trained to do it? Because if that's how she's trained to do it, then she shouldn't be in trouble. Because if that's what she is trained to say.
But I think, now I don't know, the last time I did anything with, 911 and CPR, you don't ask them to go. You just say, look, I'm sending help, they will take you.
No.
I would say, I'm sending help.
In CPR, I was trained, certified in CPR. You let the person, if someone is choking, you let them know you are certified in CPR.
Right.
Do you want help? If they say no, the response is you let them go and pass out. At that point, you have all permission.
But we're on the phone now. We're just on the phone now.
Right. Okay. But you have all the right and permission to do it then. And if they refuse. If you're on the phone and they refuse, there's nothing you can do.
Well, that's fine, but that's not what happened. What happened was
withhold an ambulance from them if they're bleeding.
If they're bleeding, I would send somebody.
If they're bleeding, you're supposed to send somebody right away.
Right, and and the dispatcher did not because she said they wouldn't go to the hospital.
Dispatcher should be fired from her from her job, and basically, that person, whoever that family should sue.
Well, that's what's happening now.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because they should, because the first thing when you are certified or go to a CPR class or take a first aid class, the first thing they tell you is time is excessive, meaning you have I'm going to say a 20-minute. But then again, it could have changed or whatever. I think you have 20 minutes, okay, to get help.
Okay.
From that time, you dispatch it to that person getting there. after that 20-minute, you're on a countdown of there's less and less more chance of not being able to save that person.
Okay.
It's a 20. I think if it's a 20-minute window.
Okay. Well, the only thing we're talking about here, though, is should she be in trouble for the
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Is it possible they won't send an ambulance if the person won't go to the hospital due to COVID?
That was another
I don't
question
know.
that I had too.
I'm not really sure about that, but let's see.
I mean, it should be.
I think they still have to send an
You
ambulance
have to.
because it
If
is
someone
an
calls
emergency.
911, you have to send something. You have to send a fire chief. You have to send a police officer, possibly an ambulance. That is why these days, because coming from the fire police method, part of it, while the volunteers, okay, that alarm goes off, we're dispatched, okay? While we have an option as fire police, first of all, to either go to the firehouse and then follow them, or go to the scene where we're supposed to be dispatched. The fire people go to their firehouse, usually 9 out of 10 times, wait for a response from the fire chief. Yes, send out the fire truck. Do not send out the fire truck. And usually by that time, the police are already involved. One of them, because we're always told when we get on the scene, we look for the man in charge. We follow instructions from the man in charge.
He said fire people, and I had a visual of a stick figure that was all fire running around.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm reading this thing here. It says here, all right, I believe she would be alive today if they would have sent an ambulance. In addition to manslaughter, Mr. Price was also charged with reckless endangerment, official oppression, and obstruction. When Ms. Titchener called on the night of her mother's emergency, Mr. Price reportedly questioned her several times over whether or not she would agree to be taken for treatment. She will be, because I'm on my way there, so she's going or she's going to die. Mr. Price reportedly said he would send an ambulance the half hour to pick her up, but insisted we really need to make sure she's willing to go. She is going, because if not, she's going to die. There's nothing else. Mrs. Titchener said her mother wasn't thinking clearly and told Mr. Price that she was her mother's next of kin. Mr. Price reportedly still not convinced that Ms. Crunk would go to the ambulance, so he pressed Ms. Titchener again. She replied by saying, okay, well, can we just try? Approximately 10 minutes later, before Ms. Titchener reached her mother's house, Mr. Price asked if she would call 911 back to ensure that her mother would agree to go. Upon arrival, they found Ms. Crunk naked on the front porch and incoherent. Ms. Tichnell dressed her mother in a bathrobe. Her mother repeatedly told her that she was okay, she's fine. She's the mom, she don't listen to her children.
And said she bled to death a day later.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ms. Titchener could not find her mother's landline and had no cell service at her home. Ms. Titchener eventually left her mother's house and returned home. She told investigators she did not call 911 again because she felt without her mother present to verbally confirm that she would get into an ambulance, the call would be pointless. This is unheard of to me. I mean, they'll send an ambulance for anything, and here I am telling this guy that my mom's going to die. It's like her death, and she doesn't get an ambulance. Her brother found her mother dead the next day.
Wow.
Mr. Price was arraigned June 20th. Yeah, see, the thing is...
It's not his job.
Does it say what he got?
It's not his job to decide whether or not
it's not. No,
I called for help. You send an ambulance.
Exactly.
And even if at that point when they're on the scene, if the mother says, "Look, I'll be okay. I don't want to go," they're still going to try to talk to her to go and at least get checked out.
I was just about to say the same thing in my situations when someone has called, when I made that statement, and I will not say it, made the statement, there's been an officer at my door and has not left until I made that, yes, I will go with you. I've made them half hour to an hour stay there.
Look what we just went through here.
Exactly, with Tony. They will not stop until you say, because at that point, you responded to the if the person did something, they are responsible because they did not do their job to the full ability.
Now this is interesting. A comment back. Well, first off, it says the Greene County District Attorney is investigating whether or not policy or training exists that would allow 911 dispatchers to refuse help to callers. We all deserve equal protections and all deserve access to medical services. I have a major concern as to the safety of the community in regards to this. One of the first comments, and this is a really good one, I don't understand. If the daughter drove to her house and no ambulance came, why didn't the daughter just take her to the hospital herself? That's a good point.
That is a good point.
That doesn't really matter because the bottom line is, I mean, it does matter because she died, but
maybe at this point,
the daughter may have not felt, coming from their point of view, the daughter may have not felt comfortable driving because if something real tragic happened while the mother there, she's driving, she's not CPR or medically inclined to or certified to handle that situation.
Or if she's trying to rush her mother to the hospital and she gets pulled over for speeding.
That is correct. Yeah, but that's
there are too many
situations. Yeah, why she didn't do it, but.
Now, one thing it does say here, I'm assuming they called the ambulance all the time and never got in. They have people that call daily or multiple times a day, and when the ambulance shows up, they refuse. I'm assuming the family is still... Well, we don't know that. That's one thing that would be interesting. Well, like Dan
says, it sounds like there's some missing information.
Yeah, I'd be curious about if that is all...
To my knowledge, and if you call 911, they are supposed to... If it's non an emergency, like, hey, I'm fighting with my next door neighbor, that's technically not a violent emergency or anything until they will ask you always on the phone, is there weapons involved?
Right.
Okay, then they'll go right away, but if not, they always respond, maybe not as fast as if there's weapons involved and all that stuff, but it's I believe their obligation to respond.
Yeah, they have to at least
one way or another, whether it's on the phone or in person or both.
They have to assess the situation based on the people that are calling, but
911 dispatchers are not 911 dispatchers should not have make that call. They are. I mean, they can ask questions. Do you think that question? Okay, do you think your mother will go? Is not out of the ordinary, but it is not that dispatcher's decision not to send it because my mother won't go. Still, they are professionals. They get trained on this. Mm-hmm. An officer gets trained on this. A firefighter gets trained on this. Fire police get trained on this. How to talk to somebody, what to say to somebody, what not to say to somebody,
I'd be curious as to where this is going to go.
Yeah.
There's. I think that a lot of the comments are saying, I think we're missing a lot of extra, a lot of information by whoever wrote this article because it doesn't.
You don't know if she is a chronic caller.
Yeah.
And they're probably thinking, oh, this is this one again. She's not going to go. But still, even if she were one of those, they should still send it.
You gotta. You don't know.
Because you never know. It's like the boy who cried wolf.
I was just going to say, it's about like the boy who cried wolf.
Okay. All right, here's the next one. Black man forced to cut his locks in prison. He's suing the facility.
Oh, I sent you this one, too.
Yes. You're on a roll here. So the question becomes, do they have a right to do that when you're in prison? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what, if we had Ashley down here, we could have her ask her friend. And I'm curious as to what, I think that they do, but I'm not really sure. Because if you're going to prison, you don't have your rights anymore.
No, but if they're like dreadlocks, I guess my concern was why.
You have to conform to whatever that person.
It's not like he's going to take his hair and.
It's not that. It's when you're a prison of the state, you don't have any rights. They can do whatever they want to you and get away with it pretty much.
Yeah, but if that's his hair and that's the way he wears it,
no.
Unless it's
when you go in the army, you have to do whatever the army says.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. You can have. I think Elvis was one of the.
He got his hair was
Elvis was one of the perfect examples of this. He had his own hair, his own style. He went into the military. What happened? He had no choice. They cut it.
Denny.
They cut it.
Denny will tell me.
Yeah. It's a perfect example. You have in prison. You don't do what you want. You do what they want.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I was in there for 5 days. It wasn't what I wanted to do. I couldn't lay in my cell.
And
whatever
they let you out?
They let me out. Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or did you escape?
No, I didn't escape. They let me out.
Damn.
Because they found out it was what they were accusing me of was wrongful accusement. So they found
That's a new one.
Yep.
I have wrongful accusement.
That's right. I was accused of right. But so anyway, you had to, and the thing is,
for innocent?
they had a set schedule too. You ate at their
well,
time.
That I know.
You
Remember, I was there
showered
for a
at
week.
their time. You did, everything except for.
I was there for a week, but they didn't make me cut my hair.
No, because they don't make you cut.
Here you go. The ACLU of Kentucky says it filed a federal lawsuit on Thurman's behalf on April 29th, contending that the prison's 2021 policy, which demanded that inmates have searchable hair because if they're being transferred to another facility, placed in solitary confinement, or appearing in court, it's unconstitutional. So what they're saying is that if they can, with the Rastafarians, they got that thick braided hair, and you can hide things in there. You can hide a knife in there. Not a big knife, but.
I was going to say I could always ask Denny the next time I talk.
Well, you can ask him, but
because
I'll forget everything we're going to talk about.
Well, with him being a retired CO.
It says, according to the ACLU, Thurman was transferred to another prison facility after filing a grievance against the rule. The state union claims that Thurman's hair was never searched, yet he was forced to cut off his locks during the process. Additionally, claiming that his haircut claiming that his cut hair was then returned to him in a bag.
Really?
The ACLU of Kentucky claims that the memo is in violation of the Federal Religious Land Use and Institutionalized Persons Act, which protects religious congregations and those practicing religious faith from restrictions that unfairly hinder their ability to freely practice religion. The lawsuit also alleged that the memo disobeys Kentucky's Religious Freedom Act, Restoration Act, and Thurman's right to file a grievance under the First Amendment per ACLU of Kentucky.
Wow.
Prison policies may not infringe on sincerely held religious beliefs unless they can be shown that its least restrictive means possible. Personally, I just think this. He's a criminal.
Shave him bald.
If you want to practice your religion, don't get in trouble.
Maybe that is his religion.
I don't know. All right, next thing. This is cool.
You said
this
you
was
wanted weird.
Hey, I'll take them. This was from my sister. This is kind of cool. I'm into this kind of stuff. A couple spent $300,000 building a hidden underground home that you can enter by going down a 12-foot spiral slide tucked inside an assuming tent.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. Do you see a house?
No, but is there a pool at the bottom of the pool?
I don't know.
Everything okay?
She just
Kylie?
Let's cut her hair.
Yep.
You do the crime, you do the time. All right. So, anyway, since you weren't here for the story, you have no idea what we're talking about. So, anyway, this is a kind of a cool house. I kind of like the idea of I like the idea of this because I've been looking at YouTube videos at weird houses or haunted houses or mansions they can't sell and things like this. This falls under the category of pretty cool stuff. So I think I'd like this house. How do you get out, though? You can slide down. How do you get out, though? That's the question I have.
Well, that looks like a teepee, Mike.
I don't have to pee.
That says a teepee.
That's not a teepee.
Sure looks
it's
like
a tent. You look at the other side of it. Okay, it says here, Michael and Caroline Parrish, married 16 years, own a vacation treehouse community near the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. The Parishes launched their company, Treehouses of Serenity, which builds unique travel destinations along the Blue Ridge Mountains in Asheville, North Carolina. In 2016, they've built 7 properties so far, including the whimsical Wizard's Hollow and the Perch. That's an elevated treehouse on land, and they initially didn't know what to do with it. Now, I got to tell you, these are going to be Airbnbs. So if you want to rent a place like this, they have it. So we're sitting around and watching Treehouse Masters one night, and Caroline said, "Why don't we try an Airbnb treehouse because it's in Asheville, such a cool little town." We started talking about it in 2015, and at that point thought it was just traditional tree houses, but it's evolved from there. A couple days later, appeared on Season 2 of Do It Yourself Network, the Treehouse guys, and built their first treehouse sanctuary. And they built it an addition, newest addition, Alchemy, an underground house with a hidden slide this February. Parishes, this is what we see. It's a tent. It's not a teepee.
Damn. It still looks kind of cool.
It looks like you're just camping.
Oh,
but
then that means come Grange Fair time, we'll have to see if there's houses built on under.
But the thing is, you're going down, but how do you get back up? You don't have any idea that this is not just a tent. So that's kind of cool. It says here, Mike told Insider they were inspired to build Alchemy during a Pinterest search when they stumbled upon a photo of an underground bunker. The couple wanted to create an unexpected entrance for the underground home, so they settled on a camping tent. We thought, how cool would it be to have a tent sitting there and people pull up and think, what in the world is going on here? He said of the building, the underground home, and then they come up into the tent and find your slide. I think it's kind of funny. So Caroline added that they wanted the Airbnb to look solely like a tent outside. Caroline and Mike said it takes them 6 to 8 months to build a fully equipped treehouse, but that time varies on the project. They said Alchemy cost $300,000 to build. As of Friday, the property is available to rent on Airbnb for a nightly rate of $396 a night. Whew. During the build, they said they used the mountain sloping terrain to their advantage, and they said the slopes on their land initially seemed like an obstacle. The land is sloping, and that's why initially our land planner didn't think the property was good for anything. But it's perfect for giving people that treehouse feel and that underground feel. So take a look at this.
Oh.
This is Sanctuary. That's the treehouse. Cool. And that is pretty cool. And there's another one. This is Airy, built on stilts, and Dragon's Knoll and Alchemy are both underground builds. But that's kind of neat. So, now we're talking about the tent here. Here's some of the stuff in the tent. There's the slide. There's the slide they slide down on.
That's cool. I just think they should put a swimming pool at the end of it, though.
Well, there's what it looks like. It's pretty kind of cool, you know. You don't know what you're getting into until you get into that, and I think I'd get stuck on that on the way down.
Well, with that twisty and turny, I'd probably be sick by the time I reach the bottom.
Well, I think it's like 1, 2.
It only takes one to
3.
get me dizzy.
Well, it's only 3 turns. But it's a 12-foot spiral transports guests from the above-ground tent to the Airbnb. How do you get back out, though? The tent's placed on the home's rooftop, so guests can venture into the tent and then slide into the Airbnb. A one-bedroom house that sleeps 4 guests with a queen-size bed and a fold-out futon. So there's the inside. I mean, it kind of, well, there's windows, so I guess you can go out on the...
That's probably how you get out and walk up the hill and do it again.
Yeah, probably. It's covered with ceiling walls, fabrics. Okay. It's kind of cool. Oh, there's another picture of it. That's the picture of the inside. Looks cozy.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a ski lift to get you back up.
That would be awesome.
That's pretty neat. I really think that's fun.
That is really cool.
Oh, here we go. There's the other side of it. Or is it? Yeah,
Is that the back side of it?
I guess it is. I guess you come out here, and up here's where you went in. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, there you go. Okay, so there's down there's where...
Oh, so it looks like it's just a tent.
Yeah.
But okay.
That's the thing that's neat about it. Nobody's going to bug you.
Let me go to my bat cave.
That'd be fun. So, there we go. All right, so that's, yeah, $300,000 though. Whew. That's a lot of money to spend for an Airbnb. But hopefully they're making money. Well, $400 a night if they have enough people. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to do this one because I thought it was pretty interesting. A couple months ago, we did a thing about a pig's heart transplant into some people, and those people died, by the way. But the latest, this I saw today, the latest is that they have pig hearts that they have put into brain-dead patients because now the person's already dead, so we're just trying to keep them alive so you're not going to lose a life like they did with the last couple. So they picked a couple people that were already
But if they're
that were
on
brain
an
dead.
organ transplant list, then they shouldn't have to use a pig heart to...
Well, the thing is, hearts are tough to come by. If you can find a pig heart, you won't have to find a heart for somebody. You know, if someone needs a heart transplant and there's no hearts available, what do? Find a healthy guy and hold him a gun?
Well, I get that,
You know?
but I guess I'm just kind of like thinking of Anarchy, where he was already brain dead, so they were harvesting his organs right away.
Well, I mean, the thing is, as long as the patient's kept alive, the organs aren't going to die.
Right.
Even though they're brain dead, they're still going to be... They're trying to find a way... This is how we find new ways to save people.
Yeah.
Because they're already brain dead, so they're not going to lose anything. So they're trying to keep if they can keep them alive on a brain dead person, then they can say,
But then
okay,
the
let's try.
family would have to consent.
Well, yeah,
to this.
obviously they're not going to do it to somebody that, they're going to do it to somebody that would consent to
But
something
I would
like
think
this.
the family would be like, well, they're already dead. Maybe to harvest the organs to help somebody else. Yes, but
I think that if my body can help people by keeping me alive, even though I'm dead, for experimental purposes, my body's not any good to me anymore. So you might as well, I would bet it would be a consent thing. You don't just pick a body and say, okay, let's do him. Doctors at NYU have taken another step towards making pig organs available for transplant by successfully implanting pig hearts into 2 newly deceased people. Brain-dead patients can be used to gather information not safely collected on the living and offer doctors an opportunity to practice before implanting gene-edited pig organs into live people. The deceased patients, because if they find a way to do this, there's going to be lots of opportunities for people to live that they wouldn't have now. So I'm all for it as long as they aren't doing anything shady. As long as they're doing things for experimental purposes and it's approved by all parties, not asking the brain dead people, but it says here pig parts offer a possible alternative. It says more than 100,000 people sit on transplant list. Tracy was on a transplant list, and hoping for someone else's tragedy to make a kidney. Well, what if we didn't have to wait for that?
Well, I
what
know
if we could
Christy's
use...
trying to get back on a transplant list for kidney.
Okay. Well, how about if they offered her a pig's kidney and it would work? That would be an alternative to no kidney. And it could save lots of money insurance-wise, too, because they're not on dialysis all that time. So I think it would be an interesting thing if they could actually take a pig heart or a pig kidney or whatever part that they need and be able to reuse it. This is an exciting thing to me because we need to find... We can't rely on people dying so we can take their organs if we have another alternative. So that's... I think that'd be an interesting thing. So I saw that. That was a last-minute story that I found today. And Florida man... Okay, yeah, this is pretty weird. Florida man accused of killing daughter's dogs by locking them in a sweltering car for 3 days.
Oh.
That's not really an accusation. I think if he kept him in a dog in a car for 3 days, that's pretty much real.
I saw a couple stories where the parents were charged for leaving their kids in a car, a hot car like that.
For 3 days?
I don't even know how long, but I couldn't. I was like, nope, I can't do it.
Well, I hope not.
Well, I couldn't even read it, let alone send it.
Well, why not?
Mm-mm.
Have big words?
It didn't have a send button.
I hate that. Anyway, Florida man has been arrested for locking his daughter's 3 dogs in a stifling car for 3 days without food or water. Felt Henderson's daughter has been preparing to leave town for days and left the dogs in his care. She provided food, water, and all the items necessary before leaving. When she returned, Simmons said her father led her to a Toyota Camry and pulled out the lifeless dogs. It's apparent that all he did was pull these dogs, lock these dogs in yesterday's heat, the day before's heat. He put these dogs in his blue Toyota Camry, knowing full well they would not survive. See, I think they should lock him in a car for 3 days.
Yep.
So, that's just unreal. There's all kinds of people out there that I just don't understand. Why would you do that to a dog? There's just no good reason for that. Then, here's a guy that went to the airport. He was an airport worker, and he decided to steal an airplane. Except that he took the airplane for a ride, and guess what?
It crashed.
It crashed. He died. So I guess he can't be really can't be held responsible for it because he's dead.
What was it? Sunday we saw that one particular plane keep looping around the house. We don't know if they were practicing landings and taking off or maneuvers
but it was
or
low.
what it was. But it was flying really low and it freaked us out.
Freaked you out. It really didn't freak me out too much. I was just surprised it was that low.
Low.
Maybe he was trying to get
How
evidence
low
against
was
you.
he?
Trying to get evidence
How
against you.
low could he go?
It says newly released footage captures the harrowing moment a Washington State Airport employee stole an Alaska Airlines plane and took it for a joyride before fatally crashing it. So, I don't know if you want to see it or not, but there is footage. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. So there, I wonder which one it is. Well, those are Amazon. Oh, that's probably it. It's probably him taking off there. Maybe not. I don't know. Where's he at? Oh, there it is.
Wow.
There he's taking off. At least he got to take off. Oh, well, they didn't show it. They didn't show it. Where's it? Well, you promised to show me that.
There.
Where?
It's showing right now.
That's what he saw. His stop.
I saw him take off. I didn't see him.
That's what he saw and took off.
I didn't see him crash.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, maybe this is... There's the guy that stole it. There's him taking off. I thought we were going to see the crash too. I guess not. Well, any case, guess that taught him. I don't know. It's pretty strange. I can't imagine like trying to steal a plane. 10-year-old kid. Let's see here. 10-year-old Florida kid, Daniel Marquez, who was perp walked for school threatening shoot, pleads not guilty. Oh, okay. So this 10-year-old, I think we talked about this guy last week. 10-year-old was arrested for threatening to shoot up a school. Okay? And I said, well, you know, can we really hold a 10-year-old responsible for a shooting, for saying it just because he said it? I mean, when I was 10, I don't know how many times I said, I'm going to kill you. You know, you didn't mean you were going to kill him. You know, I realize the schools are real sensitive about that, especially with all the school shootings, but I don't think a 10-year-old is going to kill. I mean, if you look at all the people that have killed people, I don't think there were any 10-year-olds that were killing them. Most of them were much older. So I don't, he pleads not guilty because he's a kid. You can't send a kid that's 10 to jail for something like that. At least I don't think he can. 10-year-old who was perp walked, I guess perp walked means taken away in handcuffs, by a Florida sheriff's office for an alleged school shooting threat, pleaded not guilty in court. Daniel Marquez, a school grader, a grade schooler who was marched from a station in handcuffs. I don't have a problem with him being marched away in handcuffs because he's going to think about doing it again. He's not going to do it, you know. And if he does it again, then okay, maybe you should really seriously figure out something about it. But was accompanied by his father when he entered his plea. Marquez drew headlines. We talked about it here, and it says here, allegedly text a friend that he had scammed someone out of a large sum of money and posted a stock image of guns along the post, along the boast. The boy later told the friend he was to get ready for Water Day, a school-sponsored event. His father and lawyers criticized Lee County Sheriff Lee Marceno for publicizing the bust and claimed his messages were misinterpreted. The dad asserts that the Water Day reference was not connected to the preceding messages. The boy's advocate, Latita Kim of Foundation Against Intolerance and Racism, reiterated the position at Monday's appearance. I don't think this has anything to do with racism. I think this has to do with a 10-year-old. Daniel Marquez is an innocent 10-year-old who's been falsely accused and publicly maligned by the Lee County Sheriff. But Marceno has staunchly defended the arrest and its aftermath, arguing that the threat was clear and called for stiff treatment. And you can't send a kid to jail that's 10 that said something like that, because we all have said things like that.
You have a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
What would you do? If she threatened to shoot up a school.
She does already. Not shoot up a school, but she's threatened to, hurt people.
But we all did that. We all did that when we were that age.
Yeah, the problem is, though, today's society is different. And back then, you can say that. Nowadays, they take it more serious because compared to these days of people actually saying it and doing it, back then, it was basically a threat.
I understand that, but what 10-year-old has done this? This has all been, all the shootings for schools have been 18-year-old kids or somewhere 16 to 18-year-old or older that have gone into the school and shot up the school.
But how do you know an 18-year-old didn't say this and is blaming it on a 10-year-old thinking, oh, he'll get off for good behavior because he's 10?
I don't understand your question.
If they're saying this 10-year-old had threatened to shoot up a school, how do we know that it wasn't the 18-year-old that said it? Like maybe an 18-year-old, and then just blamed it on him because he is 10.
He did it text.
Oh.
He wasn't smart about it because he was 10. I just think it's ridiculous for, I realize we gotta take care of the kids and stuff, but there's just times that I think we go overboard about this. This is a good story. A woman was paid $3,000 to give up her seat on a Delta flight. Sounds like a good deal to me.
Nope.
So how much did Cheyenne get for taking Cirillo's seat twice?
No, Cirillo would have gotten the money.
Oh, no. We have to give it to Cheyenne.
Oh, okay. Well, then she got 100 zeros each time.
Yes!
And that came off Cirillo's...
Yep, see, give me pause.
So he owes zeros this week.
She's being a good girl laying down here.
She's been really good she's been really good a lot lately. She's done really I told Christine that she was going to settle down because all dogs do that.
Yeah.
Buddy did that too. But she really settled down the last I would say in the last month she's settled down a lot.
Yeah, but I'm saying like Tuesday nights when there's 4 of us here
I'm
and she
just
goes
saying that even
today,
look at how many times she's asked for treats. The past couple weeks she's gotten better and better.
Yeah.
And that's and I knew that was going to happen because I knew that every dog I've had before it happens. They test you and see how far they can push you, and then they submit to doing the right thing. And she's really gotten good about it. Anyway, this girl, she was offered $3,000 to give up her seat. I almost broke my neck sprinting down the aisles. She thought she was getting a good deal. So she was really excited about that $3,000. She paid $358 to fly from LaGuardia to West Palm Beach. And we're offering $1,300. Any volunteers? And nobody volunteered. She told her boyfriend and friends who were boarding that she would be willing to give up her spot for no less than $2,000. Moments later, they offered $2,500. After several passengers took up the offer, the agent upped the offer to $3,000. $3,000. I would. I think they offered Pam that one time when she was flying back. We were flying back from Vegas, and I flew back the rest of the way, and she flew back on a later flight because they offered her money, and I don't remember what they offered her. I want to say it was $1,200 though. Now, okay, so you're the $3,000 girl, and you're thinking I did darn good with that, right?
Yeah.
Delta passengers are offered $10,000 to get off of an overbooked flight. Now she'd be kicking herself because she could have got 3 times that.
Why did you take the first flight back and let Pam take a later flight?
Because I didn't want to wait. And she did. I said, I don't want to wait. She goes, well, I'll do that. And they gave her, not only did they give her that, they gave her a room too. So they gave her a room and all that stuff, and I just didn't want it. Plus I had to get back for the dogs too.
Yeah.
Because we had the dogs in the doggy daycare. So Delta passengers said they were offered $10,000 to each voluntarily get off the flight, and that's because there's a lot of shortages. Now, there's another reason I want to drive. I don't want to be stuck not making it to Atlanta or making it back from Atlanta. I want to have control over that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of flights being canceled. A lot of the headlines that I read were about the flights being canceled. So here it says Jason Aten, a technology columnist, said that he was waiting for takeoff for a Delta flight from Grand Rapids, Michigan to Minneapolis. When a crew member announced over the plane's PA that the flight was apparently oversold and that the airline was looking for 8 passengers to give up their seats in exchange for $10,000. Now, I would do it for $10,000.
Oh yeah,
I would definitely. Oh, yeah. I would do it for $3,500. I think. But if you have Apple Pay, you even have the money right now. Anthony Black, a spokesperson for Delta, said he would not commit to the post that about the cash offers or say how much money was paid, but he confirmed that the airline staff have the authority to offer compensation. So here's $10,000. I would definitely say, okay.
Yeah, I'd be like,
I'd definitely say okay too. $10,000 in my pocket.
I'd be up like, okay, here you go.
Yep. But maybe they paid $20,000 to somebody else. I think I read somewhere.
Or 10,000 pennies.
They paid. I want to say I read somewhere about $20,000 too. But I don't know. But that would be awesome. It would pay just to book flights and just get kicked off the flight. So that would
yeah.
be
See how many people would do that.
yeah, that's pretty interesting, and it's interesting because they don't have enough people to fly the planes. So, all right, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. How about this one? Speaking of flights, how about this guy had to land his plane, and the only place he could land his plane was on the road. So
on the road again?
Yeah, I would be terrified.
I can't wait to get on the road.
I mean, I've heard that a couple times where they've done that, and it's really. We actually have, I think, video footage of this one. But,
really, Cheyenne?
It's an empty bottle.
Let me see if there's footage here. I think there was.
Never seen a dog.
Let's see.
You should have seen Kai. I love 2-liter bottles.
I don't know if that's a video or not. That's not a video. Maybe there isn't a live video. I thought there was a. It says video of. Didn't it say? Yeah, terrifying video. Where's the terrifying video? I don't see the terrifying video. How about the terrifying video? I want to see this. Well, we have another video here. Yeah, but that's the same one, isn't it? Airflightdisaster.com. Okay. Where is the... I want to see it.
Mike's into violence tonight.
I don't see the video. Wait, there it is. Is that it? Oh, is that the same place I was? That's the same place I was. There's no video. You liars. You're all liars. Let's see. We'll go here and see if it's... Here it is. Wait. Oh, maybe. Is this the video? That's not a video.
I've never seen a dog BSS with bottles.
I had a...
Kai.
I had a German Shepherd Husky that... Back in the old days, those bottles had black bottoms, and he would chew on it till he ripped the bottom off. Alex he had
I
this.
did it too.
I don't know if they had those black things though.
Does that hurt their teeth?
No, it helps her teeth. That's one thing I like about her. She likes to have her, stuff like that. All right, let's see. Is this a video? This is not either. These liars. They didn't have a video.
Yeah, I remember Kai would do that, and there'd be those end pieces all over the house.
All right.
She's like, you're not taking it away from me.
Oh, no, I was just playing with the rubber
I know,
there.
that's what I'm saying. She goes, you're not taking it away from me.
Oh, no, I was playing on the...
I'm not even going to ask for a treat.
I was playing on the...
That's what I'm saying.
Stairs
You
with
think,
her.
you know,
I said to her...
No, you don't even want the treat, do you? You just want the bottle. You don't care. No one's going to take my
I
bottle.
said to her...
You see? Yeah. You see that look? Yeah. No one's going to take my bottle away from me.
I don't want
I was playing with her with her pig on the stairs while I was on...
Oh yeah, she likes that pig.
I said, where's your pig? Because there was like a piece she found a piece of like foam or whatever, and every time she would pull it, it would rip.
Yep.
And so I said, where's your pig? Because I knew it was over here. I'm like, where's your pig? And as soon as I got up she runs over here, grabs her pigs, and runs back over to me, and we start playing tug of war with it.
All right, here's the last story of the night. Texas dad shoots would-be thieves trying to steal a car with his young kids inside. Nobody's going to say that he did the bad thing, right?
Nope.
He should be allowed to shoot somebody that's stealing his kids and his car.
Self-defense.
He'll probably get it though. He'll probably get in trouble for shooting because the kids
he was protecting his family.
because the kids that he shot probably didn't have a gun, or maybe whatever it is, they'll probably go after him.
Even though he was trying to protect his family, he should not have left his kids alone in the car.
I don't know. Maybe they will. That's a sad part about it, is the wrong person's going to get in trouble for this. But says here, Intense doorbell camera footage captures the moment a Texas dad opened fire on 2 teens who allegedly tried to steal his car with his 2 young kids in the back. The family had just arrived back at their Houston home early Monday when the two 16-year-olds approached and tried to open the rear door of the SUV, where a 1-year-old was seated. There was another child also in the car at the same time of the frightening incident, but the age of the second child was unclear. The father, who was a passenger in the vehicle, squeezed off several rounds through the rear window, striking the 2 would-be thieves. At least 4 gunshots can be heard from the Ring camera footage. Let's see here. The two teen suspects jumped into a waiting car and sped off. The duo was dropped off at a local hospital where they remain in stable condition. No one in the family was injured. The father's not facing charges at this time, as the sheriff's office believes he was acting in self-defense. So at least they made the right decision there. So, but more power to them. It's sad that you even have to worry about something like that.
Yeah.
You're coming home and somebody wants to carjack in. Even if there were no kids in there, if someone's going to carjack me, be ready to get, I'm going to fight for it. So, I'm really, it disgusts me that we have, hey, Jen just came into the chat room.
Hi, Jen.
But it's really sad that you have to defend yourself over something because somebody decides they want your car. And
well, they can have my car. It's all legal now.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you fixed the brakes and stuff for them. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Well, I guess it's time to call it quits, huh? I thought we had some good stories there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. It's the end until next week. I will tell you if there's anything new on the horizon with the audition, if there is anything on it. And I'll talk to you guys next week. And as usual, just remember.
It's still the one.